Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Oh, Lord.
Whoo, God knows. I knew it. I think that this isn't over, but
Punk was a troublemaker from the start.
right. I'm going to tell y'all what I think. Does it? Does it? I mean, does it?
Tiffany said, really now?
Am I surprised? No. No, I'm not. Yes, dear, it's over.
That's right.
It is over.
They changed hands in night one, but they sure did it night two.
All of the titles changed hands in night two except for Penta's. Penta's title was the only one. Yes, dear. Roman won. Unfortunately, Phil lost. I'll explain. Let me get the graphic up since we are going to start with Phil and Joe. It's only fair since we call them both by their names. Listen. Who that? His wife? Oh, those his boys. Oh, they're cute. They're cute. That's his daughter and his wife. Yeah, that's his wife. All his children. All of them out there. Lord have mercy. Okay. I think it said shat. All his kids. His wife is gorgeous. Oh my, I told y'all she was beautiful. I've always said she was beautiful. Anyways.
Damn.
What?
CM Punk failed. Trying to roll out the ring. Bunch of that.
I think that CM Punk really is exhausted. The doctors went over there to go see about him. Okay. So let's have a chit chat, shall we? Mania is over. And I want to say a few things. So overall, night 2 was a great show. I thought night 1 was good too. I didn't think night 1 was terrible. I think solid matches were on night 1. And we had solid matches on night 2. I loved night 2 and I liked night 1 for certain specific reasons, but overall I think as a main conglomerate, I think Mania was okay. The matches were rushed though. That's one thing that I wasn't a fan of is the speed of these matches, especially in terms of the women's matches. It's very fast paced. There wasn't a lot of time to like really let those matches breathe, right? I knew he was gonna win once he called him old. And when he said he'll retire if he loses to Punk, oh yeah. Yeah. The matches on both of these cards were so fast. But let's go through these one by one so we can get through it and I can get out y'all hair. CM Punk and Roman Reigns were the last match. This match had the most time. Everybody else's matches were like between 9 and 10 minutes, no more than 9 minutes max, like, and this match had the most time. It had the entire ending of Mania was this match. They almost went from like, what was it? Like they started at 9, I think. So it was at least 30 minutes. Sans a few minutes from the entrances because each one of their entrances was at least 6 to 7 minutes together. So I would say overall that their match itself was like let's knock it down to 20 minutes maybe. But if you it just was a lot. It was a lot. So if you didn't get to see it, here's a quick overview. When you watch the match started out where the men were going back and forth. Roman had a pretty good piece in that match where he controlled it, as did CM Punk. But where things started to shift was towards the end when CM Punk jumped off of the top turnbuckle onto Roman Reigns, knocking the wind out of him if he didn't break a rib or two, and then getting him back in the ring for a GTS. He fell on him, and because he was so exhausted from the match, he just could not execute that second GTS. And this is where Roman got the opening to get that second win and pull things back together for himself. He was able to hit CM Punk with 2 spears to end the match and now become champion again. He now holds the secondary title to the main title, as they call it. Cody Rhodes is still champion. He was able to retain his title, but Roman Reigns ended up snapping CM Punk's dream of headlining and winning at WrestleMania. Now, are you okay? Are you okay? I just want to make sure you're okay because that. Okay.
If you asking that question, they probably not.
Okay. Anyways, Punk and Reigns had a pretty decent match, and I'm not gonna lie, I expected nothing from this match. I'm gonna be honest with you, but they didn't. They didn't just go in there and do nothing. They went in there with a game plan to set things up. Now, I'm going to tell you what I think is happening here. And some of you may not believe me or you may not agree, but that's your business. That's the reason why I have the channel and you're here. So, this is what I think. I think that CM Punk is going to take a break. I'm going to tell you what I think about Cody Rhodes too, because I told it to my group chat and my fam, but I want to tell y'all what I think is going to happen with him too. CM Punk's going to go away for a little while. Roman's going to be at the helm. Now, what you're going to see is there's going to be a dispute between, obviously, Brian Breaker and Seth Rollins, and that's going to lead to whoever wins or whoever wills out will be the one to face off against Roman Reigns, right? I don't think the feud between Roman and CM Punk is over. Jay, I don't think the feud is over with them just yet. I think that this is just the beginning because CM Punk is going to feel like he has something to prove against Roman Reigns. Now, if we're talking about a year from now, whether Roman Reigns or CM Punk is the one going to Mania or not, that is up to the fates. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that next year you're either going to have another fight with CM Punk and Roman Reigns, or they will battle it out at some point, probably at SummerSlam, to round this feud out. I'm not 1000% sure, but I do think that that eventually will happen. Now, as soon as I saw that video package of CM Punk and I saw all of the deaths that he pretty much was very close to some of the people that have died this year. I knew that he wasn't winning. And I was like, okay, they're going to drop this to Roman, and Roman is going to, take up the mantle for a while. Because if you're going to listen to the kayfabe of it all, Roman said that he gave CM Punk 2 months. You know what I'm saying? He gave him enough time to be able to run the ship the way he needed to run it. He said he ran it into the ground. If you're going to go by that logic, then fair. Roman Reigns being back on top should rebound WWE, right? But they got to get their booking correct in order for that to happen. With all that being said, CM Punk is no longer champion, and Roman Reigns has ascended back to the top of the mountain. What this means going forward into Monday Night Raw, I do not know. But I know this. There are going to be few and far between like CM Punk. And CM Punk has never been the type to just let it lie where it is. Now, he'll give you a fair shake that he got his ass whooped, but he's not going to just go away quietly. I don't think that's what's happening. Now, I think he's going to go spend some time with his wife, rest up, recuperate, and then he will show back up, and then the shenanigans will shenan again. He's not going to be there every Monday. There were some people that don't like the decision. They said Roman's not going to be there every week. I don't think they cared about CM Punk being there every week, so it really doesn't matter. Let's move on to the next match that they had, Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. Now, I told y'all that Jade Cargill was going to rise to the occasion depending on her opponent, and she did do exactly that. The match between Jade and Rhea wasn't bad. In fact, it was really good, and they were going back and forth. But of course, Jade Cargill had an ace in the hole. Jade Cargill had her two homegirls, her two baddies, flanking her, causing enough of a distraction, but there was an ace in the hole on Rhea Ripley's side, and that was none other than Io Sky. Io Sky showed up and low-key even the odds and was able to give Rhea Ripley the opening to get Jade Cargill off her kilter and get her for the pin. And Rhea Ripley now is the new WWE Women's Champion. And unfortunately for Jade Cargill, this is her first loss at WrestleMania. Moving on, we have the Demon versus Dominic Mysterio. And on the kickoff, Adam Pearce made an unprecedented decision to change this match from a regular one-on-one match to a street fight. So it was the Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio in a street fight. And oh boy, we got Finn Balor back in the trunks. And everybody was happy because all is right in the world. We got Trunks Balor back. At first, I thought he was wearing his shorts, but he actually had on like a wrap, similar to like a little kilt, and it was black, and you couldn't tell. All you saw was the split. I thought he had on like split shorts, but he ended up taking it off, and everybody got to see the thighs because that's what y'all always complaining about.
We haven't seen his legs in years.
I was like, what's wrong with y'all?
We need trunks. Show us trunks.
Show us your legs. It was just so weird. Woo, shit. This result was the only one I didn't care for, but I knew it was going to be the result when I saw Bianca came out yesterday. I was hoping to be wrong so she could have more time, but what is? To be honest with you, they could have kept the title on Jade. They didn't have to drop it to Rhea at Mania, but they did. More than likely, they will run it back at Backlash, and Jade Cargill's time as champion will be set in stone for now. We'll see what they do because Rhea Ripley being champion does open some doors for some other superstars to come in and possibly start some feuds. We'll see how this goes. I'm very interested, but they could put Jade Cargill in the mid-card division once Tiffany has her run and solidify it and let Jade Cargill run around with the U.S. title for a little while. They got a lot they can work with. And they can put B-Fab and Meechin in that tag team title scene and really make some shit shake. But they got to be willing to work at building people up. And that's part of the problem with WWE. So they got a nice reset. They need to start resetting now. Was a really good match, though. It definitely was. And I told y'all it was going to be a good match. It's not about Jade Cargill because she's not a bad wrestler. And a lot of people think she is. It's just that usually she matches her intensity and her bar for bar moveset by who she's going up against. If the person she's going up against ain't really worth all of the effort, she not gonna do it. And I don't fucking blame her. It was He put the panties back on. Yes, God, he did. He had his trunks on today. So congratulations, Finn Balor. That's what they was asking for, child. Finn Balor won his match against Dominic Mysterio. Not gonna lie, Dom put up a good fight against Finn. There was no ring bell hammer in this match, fortunately. But Dominic Mysterio put up a good fight and he had a great entrance. Not gonna lie, it was one of the best entrances I've seen for both manias. The entrances was a little lacking. They was a little lacking. Oh, and let me tell y'all, Jade Cargill, girl, Jade Cargill came out there dressed as the Storm. Do you understand me? Dressed as the Storm. Rhea Ripley's face, beat for the gods. Her gear, loved it. Jade Cargill's gear, loved it. The girls ate down today. They ate down. Okay, they didn't come out here to play with you hoes. They came to slay, bitch. They came out there ready. Do you understand me? They ate down. All right. Dominic Mysterio's entrance, loved it. Loved it. All of the luchadors wearing his mask, all of them coming out there. It was dope. It was so dope. Finn's entrance, I expected nothing less from the demon. Okay. I expected nothing less. Entrance 8 down. Match was good. It was short, but it was good nonetheless. All right. Sami Zayn and Trick Williams. I believe they made a mistake by giving that title to Trick Williams. Trick Williams has not come across any adversity since he's been on the main roster. This was the perfect time to teach him a lesson, to humble him. And they chose to ride the wave of the fans. I don't understand the logic behind it because, in my eyes, Trick Williams is always going to have the roar of the fans. I feel like oftentimes WWE doesn't have a plan and they go with whatever way the wind blows. And as long as the crowd reacts to you in such a visceral way, they then feel like that's the best time to slap the title on you. And I think that that's a big mistake. I think they do that a lot. They did it with Jade Cargill, and people got mad right after the girl got the title and started booing her like she wasn't shit. And then they've done it with countless other superstars multiple times. My thing is this. It's not that Trick Williams isn't deserving, because I love it when a black man gets to go and gets everything he desires and gets to be one of the premier talent. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve that. What I'm saying is, why not give him time to build? Like Trick Williams got on the roster, his entrance is catchy. He's a very charismatic guy. He talks on the microphone well. He's good in the ring. There's nothing wrong with him. I'm just saying he hasn't hit no walls. And y'all have made sure he hasn't. Even Carmelo Hayes had to get humbled when he got to the roster. And most people knew who Carmelo was. Like, I'm not saying that Trick doesn't deserve it. And I'm not saying that he's not good enough. We all know that he's beyond good enough. All I'm saying is, why not give him a fair shot? Give him a fair shot and a good run at the title. Instead, I feel like I'm right about this, and I could be wrong, but I don't feel like I am. I don't feel like I am. That lip combo was nice. She looked so pretty. Yeah, well, they had him out there, so it is what it is. I don't know. All of this to leave Melo off of Mania, to me, seems very, very disrespectful to him. That slighted him, especially after months he was holding down SmackDown with good matches, excellent title defenses. Trick just got there and he's just very popular. And I'm okay with him being popular, but I really hate that he got that win at Mania. The only thing I can hope for is that Sami Zayn cheats at Backlash. If they do a run back at Backlash, the only thing I can hope for is that he cheats at Backlash and steals the title. Because he got to have some humility. He got to have some, and he doesn't have any. And he's doubling down on constantly pushing Sami into this negative space, right? Calling him the gingerbread man. He posting it over on social media. If Sami Zayn don't crash out, then it wasn't worth it. I want the crash out to be on the person who's doing the bullshit. I just wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't a fan of it because you got Sami being booed, and then Trick Williams is in the ring blatantly cheating and being cheered. I could understand if it was some Eddie Guerrero type shit, but Trick Williams is the bully in this situation. Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. Trick Williams is the bully in this situation. Yet the crowd is so enticed by him that everything that he does, they cheer. And I'm just like, oh, God. Like, let's just call a spade. Sami gotta crash out and take him out. He's been the bully. I know I'm not fucking crazy. Like, it's wild to me. It's wild. If this was like 2002, Sami legit would have been the hero in this situation. He's been getting booed since before he thought about doing nefarious shit to get wins and championships. He's been getting destroyed by Trick Williams every single time. Every time he's back there, Trick finds him. He looks for him to browbeat him. But that's the man that y'all cheer for. It say a lot about y'all more than it say about me. I'm just saying. Okay. Listen. In the immortal words of y'all favorite Trick Williams, let's talk about it. Obafemi squashed Brock Lesnar today. And I gotta say, man, like, thank God for that. Matter of fact, give him the rock. Yeah, he deserved that. He deserved that. Okay? And then the man cried and took off his boots and his gloves and he walked out. I'll be honest with you. Fine. Great. Go home, Roger. Great. Love that for you. Go home, Roger. You're killing me right now. You're killing me. I'm not mad that you lost, and I'm not mad that you put your boots in the ring. I don't care. It's been a long time coming. It should have happened after you lost to Roman Reigns. That should have happened. It should have been done. Ugh. It was a good match. The two men fought for a short amount of time. As soon as that fall from grace hit, it was over. And I was like, thank you. Now, this match was my favorite match on the card. It was so much fun to watch. Okay? Look, y'all can say what y'all want to, but Javon Evans should have won this match. Argue with your mama. Okay? I don't care. And when that boy didn't get that belt, I was shaking. I was so mad. I was so pissed because Javon was out there showing out and he took heavy bumps in this match. Heavy. Okay? I wanted him to win so bad and he was so fucking close. He was so close. Oh, and I hated it that he lost. I hated it. Oh, I was so bad. But Penna retained his title. Kudos to Penna. But I wanted him to win. I wanted him to win. I'm glad Oba got the dub. We all are. Yes, Afro April. That's crazy. That was a good main event. Yeah, it was. We the celebration party, and is. So, ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania started at 6. It ended at 9:35. Whoo! That is a very, very short show. Okay. That is about 2 hours and 30 minutes roughly for the final show. It didn't feel like it was that. It's 3 hours, 6, 7, 8. It's 3 hours. It didn't feel like it. It felt like it was only an hour. So it went by really fast, in my opinion. Roman and them's match was the longest match on the card. Oof. I thought that it was gonna be longer than that, but it was so. Oof. Nephew will be up for the next IC title soon. Yeah, I know. I bet it was 50 ads in between. Okay. Let's talk about the ads because there were a lot of ads. The Danhausen segment was funny. I like the Danhausen segment. The Danhausen segment was funny. I know some people didn't care for it, but I thought it was hilarious. Danhausen came out there with his mini Danhausens, the little people, and they punched Kid Wilson in the dick. And then Danhausen straight up punched Miz in the dick. It was just
he keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the
it was a lot of ads. Not gonna lie, I wonder if the fans in attendance, especially the money paid, wanted more or should have gotten more. Some of them fans didn't pay for nothing because some of them seats was comped because they wanted to fill out the arena. So it is what it is. However, I'll tell you what. Ads wise on the show, the ads were pretty long. We talking it was at least 6 or 7 ads when they put the ads up there. I would say there was no more ads than it would be on a typical episode of Monday Night Raw. You feel what I'm saying? The ads weren't like they acting like they had ads up there more than they had matches. And to my knowledge, from me watching it, it wasn't like that. A lot of the show was shown. You just either was interested in what you saw or you weren't. Also, the matches weren't super, super long, but there weren't a lot of ads like people are saying. The ads, like I said, came in the same way you would watch a Monday Night Raw over on Netflix. They had them in 7 blocks. And that's how they work, at least on my end. I don't know about y'all. Now that WrestleMania is over, how would you look for the remainder of the year? How would you book for the remainder of the year? Or what are some warnings you want to give WWE if they're listening? Oh, good question. Um, First question, how would I book it? Roman Reigns is champion. So you got 2 people on Monday Night Raw who are viable, possible people to beat him and become champion. You have Seth Rollins and you have Braun Breaker. However, those 2 people are now intertwined in their own feud that takes them out of title contingency at the moment unless they bring Roman into this circle. Now, what you do have on that back end is somebody like Gunther, who Roman Reigns has never faced. So you may want to bring Gunther into this, allow Gunther to have a feud with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns can either go over on Gunther or Gunther can beat Roman. And then you have Gunther waiting in the wings to see who will be the first one to challenge him, whether it be Braun Breaker or Seth freaking Rollins, but you have a good setup with those three top people over on Monday Night Raw. When it comes to SmackDown, that's where things get a little tricky because you see, Cody Rhodes' eye is truly messed up by the standards of what we saw and what happened. Things are a little tricky over there, but here's what I think is going to happen. I think Cody is going to have to vacate that championship. I think he's going to be pulled from TV for a while, and he's not going to be able to wrestle or defend it. They're going to vacate it, have that title defended, or they're going to have them compete for the championship in some type of full tournament. Somebody's going to win it, more than likely Randy Orton, and then Randy's going to be terrorizing us until SummerSlam, to which Cody will probably return at SummerSlam. Okay. Now, as far as the women's titles are concerned, Liv Morgan, I hate the fact that she has that championship, but she has it. I think that they're going to go with Liv Morgan being champion for a while, probably until SummerSlam. Now, who they put her up against, I don't know. I don't know. I forgot about Obafemi being on Raw. Oba's there. They could put Oba up against Roman Reigns as well. So you've got 4 formidable opponents for Roman Reigns to go up against. But I don't know if they're going to go that far with Roman and Obafemi just yet. But if they were able to give Trick Williams this title so fast, I don't see why they wouldn't do the same for Obafemi. But I forgot all about Oba. My bad, babes. Now, moving back to the women. You've got Stephanie, who could go after that title again one more time at Backlash, and she probably will lose, and then they will go forward from there. You've got an opponent, unless they start to break down the Judgment Day, there's no other way that I can think of in terms of people who are truly at the top of the mountain with Liv Morgan, because they haven't built anybody up. So you're going to have to start. Now, JC Jane could make her debut, immediately go after Becky Lynch is what I would do, and drop that title to her right then and there. Give it to her, because there's no other reason for Becky to have that title, and she needs to put somebody else over. Do it now. Then when it goes back to Liv, you got potential in several opponents. Some of y'all ain't gonna like what I say, but I don't care. So you got a title shot. You give that title shot to the next person after Backlash, unless they decide to not build, rematches going into Backlash, which, to be honest with you, I wouldn't, because WrestleMania wasn't what it was supposed to be. I wouldn't go back to that. I would start off completely fresh. But potential opponents for Liv Morgan. They gotta, if they start to break down the Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez are 2 top contenders. Lyra Valkyria and Bayley are 2 other contenders that are currently on Raw. Those are 4 people that you can go to have them compete against Liv Morgan. Now, if they decide to do some type of shakeup where they move people from Raw into this trade window from Raw to SmackDown, you can move Jade Cargill over to Raw, have Jade Cargill going after Liv Morgan, revive some old school shit. Okay, you can beef up that women's division by putting Jade over there. All right. You got a lot of wiggle room over on Raw right now. And like I said, if they trade some people over there, that'll make shit a little bit easier to stomach. When it comes to that mid-card title, like I said, have JC Jane come in, snatch that belt right from Becky immediately tomorrow, and that be the end of it. Over on SmackDown with the women's division, you got a little bit of wiggle room over there. I wouldn't have Jade Cargill go up against Rhea Ripley again. I think it should be a one and done for right now. They need to either settle up whatever it is they have going on in the backstage, or they need to go ahead and move in a different direction. You have Rhea Ripley as champ. Personally, I would have Rhea Ripley reprise her feud with Charlotte Flair if they split apart. You got Alexa Bliss, let Bliss battle with Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany Stratton, after a month or 2, should drop that title to Bliss and let her be champion. Bliss should completely shift from being this pain and play version of herself back to the goddess to take out Tiffany Stratton so she can show her how it's done. All right, walk with me. All right.
We're walking.
All right. United States Championship. Okay. Trick Williams is champion. I do think you should go back to this at Backlash. Have Trick Williams lose the title to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn does some nefarious shit. We talking about full on crash out. All right. We take him out. Whoever is with him when he come out there, take them all out. Sami Zayn gets the title back, takes Trick out bad. Okay. Few weeks, Trick is gone. Carmelo Hayes is going back after his title. He gets a title shot in 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks after Backlash, not 2 weeks after Mania. All right, walk with me. 2 weeks after Backlash, Carmelo Hayes is set to get his championship shot. Carmelo, Trick ain't nowhere to be seen. Because, like I said, Sammy done had a full crash out moment on this nigga. That took him out. The fans are not happy. Obviously, they're booing. They're upset. They're in their feelings. Fine. You have this match. Sami Zayn thinks he's going to win. He thinks he's got it in the bag. But Carmelo Hayes is the guy. And once again, Trick Williams will come up and cost Sami Zayn this title. You're going to let that feud fizzle out. They're going to have a one more match, whether it be in a steel cage, last man standing, whatever. You can put that over on SmackDown for a final show. And then Trick Williams will go over that way. Boom, done. Trick Williams then goes up against Carmelo Hayes. Don't matter how you got him set up. You can let Trick be a tweener, or you can let Carmelo be a tweener. Whatever you want to do, but let that be a feud that's set up where both of them are going back and forth. Whoever wins is whoever wins in that feud. Okay? That's just how that works. Tag team titles. Make the tag team titles have relevancy again. Okay? Now, what you need to do is put Johnny Gargano with the Motor City Machine Guns. Let them squash their beef and make Gargano and the Motor City Machine Guns a faction. They don't need nobody else. Keep Candice with them. Let Candice also be in that mid-card title scene. If you're going to have Tiffany and Alexa Bliss circulating that mid-card title, put Candice over there too. All right? Put her over there. Now, that way you got a lot of wiggle room to work there. You put Jordan Grace back there for a little while until you get some shit worked out. But when it comes to the women's tag team titles, disband Nia and Lash. Let them have a feud with each other where they fight. Lash goes over on her. She beats a former champion. She then gets a title shot against Rhea Ripley. Let that be the next feud to start. Rhea Ripley and Lash Legend battling it out. Now, however else y'all want to do it after that, that's up to y'all. But that's what I want to see. Okay, I don't need to see Nia facing off against Rhea Ripley again. I don't need to see that shit. We seen it already. It's already done happened. Let that hoe do whatever she gonna do, but she need to stargaze from outside. Okay, split them bitches up and let Lash get some work done. Now, if you want to, if you don't want her to go after the main card title so fast, and you want her to be in that mid card division for a while, then do that. Okay, but one of them girls gonna have to be pulled out. So you can let Charlotte have another feud with Rhea Ripley if that's what you want to do. For me, Charlotte is on the face side and it looks like she's okay with being there. So putting her against a face Rhea Ripley, to me, ain't gonna be a fun time. Okay, but if you decide that you want Charlotte to not go up against Ripley right now, pull Bliss out of there, put her back in her goddess character, and let Bliss go after Rhea Ripley in a similar fashion to Jade, but let Bliss do it her way. Bliss is going to tear her down a multitude of times. She going to be nasty. Y'all know that girl know how to be a mean girl more than anything. Okay? It's going to be nasty work. It's going to be nasty work. Now, like I said, tag team titles. Put Gargano with the Motor City Machine Guns. Faction. Boom. Split up the MFTs. I need them to go their separate ways. Why? Solo needs to be somewhere in that men's division, whether it's in the top or in the mid card, he needs to be somewhere. So does Tama Tonga. Okay. Now you can keep Tala with Solo if you want to let him have an enforcer. You can do that. If you want to put JC Mateo and Tonga together as a tag team to help beef up that tag team division, do that. But I need them to go their separate ways and do their own thing, especially Tama Tonga. In that men's division for that WWE championship, it should be expansive. You should have Solo. You should have Tama Tonga. Okay. Whoever loses between Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams needs to be added to that division as well. Okay. You need to move Aleister Black into U.S. title contingency too. Okay. You got a lot of wiggle room here. You got a lot of moving pieces, a lot of working parts. And I probably forgot some people for SmackDown. Don't kill me. Okay. My brain is working as I'm going and it's telling me stuff. Okay. Some of y'all in the comments probably got good shit going. Y'all can figure it out. I promise you, y'all will fill in the spaces that I forget. Y'all always do. Okay. Now, going back to Monday Night Raw. All right. I want Judgment Day disbanded. By the time SummerSlam goes off, by the time we get to fucking SummerSlam, Judgment Day should be on his last legs. The only thing standing in Judgment Day should be either JD McDonough, Dominic Mysterio, and Liv Morgan, or should just be JD and Dominic. That is it. I want Judgment Day either dying, crackled, and put to bed by the time we hit Money in the Bank. Do you feel what I'm saying? That's what I want. Okay. Now, as far as the men's division is concerned, Nicole put a good point. She brought Obafemi back up. I don't remember Obafemi, so my bad. Okay. Obafemi, Seth Rollins, Brian Breakker. Who else did I say? Obafemi, Seth Rollins, Brian Breakker, Gunther. There's another person on Raw that I'm missing, and my brain is not working right. My brain is not working. It's not working today. I'm probably gonna figure it out. Wrestlemania is in Saudi next year. We already knew that. We knew that, babes. They announced that a long time ago. That would be career suicide to announce it again right now, where we are in terms of the Iran war and everything. And with Nick Khan talking about he wants it to stay there. Nigga, you're crazy. Okay. Soul could be somebody to take that title off of Becky as well. So unless they put Soul on SmackDown, which I think that they will, honestly. Now she gonna bust y'all eardrums. Let me see. Jay needs to get moved, and so does Tiffany. That, respectfully, I agree with. I don't want Tiffany on the same show as Jade Cargill. So I don't mind keeping Tiffany over there, but I just don't want them hoes on the same show. But I understand what Nicole is talking about, and I get it and I respect it. So if that's what they decide to do, I am totally fine with that. I just don't want them bitches crossing paths again. I just don't. Paige also, but I'd rather see Paige versus Rhea, triple current daughter versus firstborn. I forgot about Paige. Jesus. I forgot all about her. More than likely, them bitches will be on Raw tomorrow, so she probably gonna be a Raw girly. Although I wouldn't mind her being on SmackDown, possibly as an opponent for Rhea. I wouldn't mind that. So you're right, B Jeffers. I wouldn't mind that at all. You frolicking? Great. I'm glad y'all with me. It's triple TKA. Period. Holy kick ass. And let Johnny help her for once, please. Please. I'm on a roll. I'm almost finished. I'm gonna finish out SmackDown. And I mean, I'll finish out Raw, and then I'll leave y'all to it. I'm sorry. I gotta like Little Bo a little now. So he just shouted out how all the big players and people getting showcased on WWE is African American talent. Ooh. Well, interesting. But street trash till I die. Nah, Tiff, if JC gets the IC belt, I would have Fallon and Laylee go after the tag belts. I don't think Fallon and Laney are going with her to the main roster. If they do, that's fine. That's beefing up the women's division. But I just don't think they're going together. I don't. It's possible that Fallon could go, but Laney's not ready for the main roster. She's barely prepared for NXT in terms of having her own thing going. And I don't think that it's fair to pull her out of NXT and have her compete on the main roster when she hasn't really had a chance to get her feet wet in NXT on her own, like Fallon did and like JC Jane did. So if I were them, I would leave Lainey. I would leave Lainey down there. She can pull up JC and they can pull up Fallon, but I just don't think they're coming together. I think Fallon's gonna stay in NXT for a little while longer, along with Lainey. And JC Jane is more than prepared. She was prepared after her first tag team run, if we're being honest. They could have pulled her a long time ago, but I'm glad they gave her a good set of title runs on that roster in NXT because it did help shape her into a better person in terms of character work and all of that. Now, getting back to the Raw Intercontinental Championship. My brain is working like Obafemi doesn't need to be in the main card title scene at the moment. I don't want him getting caught up in that, and then Roman doesn't let him go over. Give him the Intercontinental Championship for a while. Let him run with that for a minute. If you're gonna have that title, then let him have it. He can beat Penna for it. Let Oba keep it until SummerSlam. Have him and Javon Evans face off at SummerSlam. Javon Evans wins. Javon Evans becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. That's the way I think it should go. Okay. Oba doesn't need to be champion long. He just needs to be champion long enough to get his feet wet and to shake some tables. He's gonna blow through a couple talent, some Rusevs of the world and all that shit. If they shake things up and he goes through a couple more people, cool. But he's gonna have another feud, another call back to the NXT days where you have Obafemi versus Javon Evans for that Intercontinental Championship, and let Javon Evans win. Javon goes over. Obafemi still looks the way he looks. Everything is great. Okay, you can start building him up for his next Mania moment or opponent. More specifically, he probably could be your next Royal Rumble winner. At least I would set it that way. No matter who's champion, let that be the way, because you're going to be leading into something new. I'm tired of the same old people circling around that title, circling around Royal Rumble. If you're not going to give him Royal Rumble next year, give him Elimination Chamber. And I want him to dominate the way y'all let Shayna Baszler dominate and Brock Lesnar dominate. I want him to blow through everybody. Do you understand? Now, tag team division. I didn't get to finish for SmackDown. Like I said, you put Garganos with Motor City Machine Guns. Make them a heel faction. They don't need to be a face faction. They do need to be a heel faction. I think Motor City hasn't been a heel yet on the roster, and with Motor City behind Gargano and them, that could actually work. They could kind of be a tweener faction if you want to be for real about it. Depending on who they go up against, they'll be the villain or the face. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, you need to bring back the Street Profits. Stop putting your best on the shelf. If you're not going to use them, split them up and let Montez be somebody else who fill up this roster. We need new, fresh blood. Put Montez in the singles division. Dawkins will do fine in the mid-card division. Put Montez in the singles division. He'll take off and do great as well. Now, he getting ready to have a baby with his wife. So you ain't going to be able to do a lot with him right now. But he not the one having the baby. Bianca the one having the baby. So he'll be there when the baby born and all that good shit. And we love that for him. But you got to start moving and shaking and doing some things with Montez Ford. You got Axiom and Nathan Frazier back there. Decent tag teams. Use them. Start making feuds. Start making the feuds worthwhile. Stop doing little penny ante shit like stealing fucking masks and shit. Let's do some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Make it so that they got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Damn, Dawkins got another baby? My God. Over on SmackDown Raw. All right. Over on Raw, your tag team division is damn near dead. Okay. I don't know what the hell y'all doing. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back. I will be back. Hold on. Ugh. Damn it.
Okay, I got you.
Drop that one.
Yep, tell her I come.
Oh Lord. Okay, y'all hold tight. Hold on.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't desire. Time. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it. If I say I hate you, I mean it. If I say I love you, I mean it.
If I ever heard one and I'm still here outside, front line, south side, I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.
Okay. Sorry about that. So I I saw all y'all comments, so I'm gonna say this. I think that Maxine, this is not a demotion, and some of y'all gonna think it's a demotion, and it's not. I think that Maxine should be sent to NXT. Not because she's not good enough or she's not doing good now. I think she does sensational. I think that she's great. But I feel like Maxine would thrive in NXT. It would just be another way to really strengthen her. I get that she's doing well, after she trained with Natalia. She's awesome, but the way that they work at NXT, I think would benefit Maxine tremendously. I think she would just do really well in NXT right now, especially amongst some girls that are really hungry. It's just a different vibe in NXT, and I feel like she would really eat down there. Plus, I can smell a good faction with Blake Monroe. Put her, Maxine, and Karma Petrovich together. One of the perfect teams to hate on. It'd be very diva-ish. It'd be very girl-ish. You know what I'm saying? Very girl-heavy. Joe Williams tease. Do a makeover on her like they did Mandy. Ugh. The final round is JC, Soul, Ethan, Blake, and Ricky is a maybe. If Ethan and Ricky come up to the main roster, put Ethan on Raw, put Ricky on SmackDown, Soul on SmackDown, JC on Raw. I don't want to pull Blake so fast. I really don't. I want her to stay down there a little bit longer. I want her to get that NXT Women's Championship too. I was saying Becky does an open challenge. JC comes out, win the title, have Becky go after Rhea or Liv. No, have Becky go home. I don't want to see Becky Lynch facing off against either one of them. We've seen that already. No. I don't mind Becky dropping that title to anybody. Personally, I want JC Jane to pull a page, go out there, congratulate her, and then Becky do the same thing that fucking AJ Lee did. Overconfident and cocky and get beat by a rookie. That's what I want. I want it to be quick and dirty. Both of them got babies on the way. Jesus Christ. Might as well when you're on the shelf. Ooh, speaking of mamas, how'd you work Naomi back in if she does return this year or at Rumble? Personally, I would let Naomi have as much time off with her baby as possible. I think a year of paternity leave is perfect when you have a baby. So I would not rush her to come back. I don't think that Naomi has to be rushed to come back. This is her miracle child, something she's been wanting for years. And I think Naomi has put in a lot of work and done some amazing things. And until she's ready, that's when I would incorporate her. But until then, I'm just leave it open-ended. If I had it my way and Naomi was ready to come back, I would have her come back and go after Liv Morgan immediately. There'd be no place that Liv Morgan can hide, and none of them bitches would be able to contend with her in that manner. So if it was possible and Naomi was ready to come back, yeah, I would have her come show up at SummerSlam. Basically, if Liv Morgan retained that title at SummerSlam, Naomi's music would hit and she would be coming back for her championship. That's dead ass. Did we have Evolution? We didn't have an Evolution. Is Evolution supposed to be this year? I hope they do Evolution this year. I really do. I want to see it again. That was the best pay-per-view last year was Evolution. It was the best. Yeah. Yeah, and she had that match with Jade, which was good and was pregnant. Mm-hmm. We still got Zoe Stark coming back to the mid-card division. The way I was just like, I'm gonna be honest with you, babe. I don't really care much about Zoe. So if she come back, cool. If not, even cooler. Not like she needs to be injured. I'm not saying that. It's just I don't really care if she comes back. But she will add to the mid-card division if she comes back. So you're right. Well, Evil Tisha Campbell. That's what they call her on Twitter. It's Evil Tisha Campbell. They call her Evil Tisha Campbell, y'all. That's funny. I don't care what nobody say. That's hilarious. Why are we trying to clock bitches back when we sent them to POP? Oh, paid time off, nigga.
Yo,
Crazy. Unless she gonna come back on some real shit, then I don't know. Now Roman said he coming to work full time. What's your definition of full time, my G? Because
and did he really say that shit?
yeah, on the on the post show is what are you talking about it?
What's your definition of full time?
That's what I said. Like,
no. I know that's what you said, but I'm just reiterating. Like, what's your definition of full time?
nigga, I don't know.
Cause showing up twice a month ain't full time, nigga. That's part time. Cause it's 4 weeks in a month.
Sometimes it'll be once a month. Just said, bitch, that lawsuit must be horrifying. Child. I think that this is I'm telling y'all, the tag team division on Raw is a little tricky. Who's on Raw that's a tag team? New Day's over there. Yep. The Vision is over there. The Usos, which high key, I probably would move them back to SmackDown. It's tricky because there's not really a lot of tag teams over there on Raw when you think about it. Now, what you could do to build it back up, you can bring back, okay, you can put Joaquin and Raul back over there. You know, the two that was in LWO. Put them back on Raw. Add to that tag team division. I would pull Hank and Tank from NXT and put them on Raw in the tag team division. You got the War Raiders there. You got potential.
Shit, I forgot that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, War Raiders is over. What the hell?
Yeah, ain't seen them since. Oh, but you also got Ray Phoenix over on SmackDown, which I high key would move him over to Raw.
Let him tag with his brother.
Yeah, let him tag with his brother and let them spearhead that tag team division. You also got Humberto and Angel Garza over there on SmackDown. They've been on SmackDown too long. Move them over there to not spring almost over. It's about to be May. It's about to be May, child. Move Angel Garza and Humberto over there to Raw and let them, help fill out that tag team division on Raw. Darkseid? Darkseid's not ready to go pull up. From my understanding, Dion is getting ready to get kicked out of Darkseid, it looks like, and Saquon is looking like he's going to take over the group. Personally, I feel like you can have Saquon going after that North American Championship rather than having Dion go after it. I need Darkseid to just fight. Like, I just need Saquon and Dion to fight for control of the group. And then if Saquon wins, he needs to go after the title. Let Miles drop the title to him, and then Miles can move into main event title contingency soon. I don't know what they're doing with Tavion. Tavion ain't been on TV since Charlie Dempsey dropped him. You know what I'm saying? Spring almost over. It's about to be May. I've only been seeing them on AAA. You could bring some of them AAA tag teams to that Raw tag team division too, especially since some of the AAA tag teams ain't really being used on Raw. I mean, on AAA. Like, you could have the Psycho Clown tag team over there on Raw, running rampant. Like, you could use a lot. You got a lot of moving parts with AAA superstars, and since a lot of them go to AAA, send some of their asses to Raw and SmackDown. You feel me? Who would have some NXT calls feud with? He said we are changing up this part-time champ shit, especially on Monday. He got a lot of fucking nerves since he the one ushered the shit in.
Right, it's your fault,
nigga. The fuck?
You was part-time for the last 5 years, nigga. And you had to belt.
That nigga said, he was like, you're gonna get sick of me and see me all summer. Nigga, we sick of you now. We're already tired. That or they almost lost some shareholders. She said they are scared.
No, he said all summer. All summer. So that means nigga October he gonna go back part-time.
Tavion paired with American Made. I forgot all about American Made. American Made is on Raw too. They ain't being used. I don't know what is going on with that, but they not being used. They need to be used. I agree. I think they should be moved back to SmackDown. The only reason I think they got moved to Raw in the first place, obviously Jimmy got moved over there because Naomi was over there. But again, like Naomi could have been champ. They could have just moved the belts to the other show. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to move them to the Raw show, but I think it was just easier to just move the couples to the various shows. You know, I think they work better on the blue brand as well. I think Jimmy will also work better on the blue. Jay would work better on the blue brand. I think Jay is getting ready to turn heel very soon, which wouldn't be such a bad thing. He's been a face for a little while now. Yeah, it would work. And the NXT tag division isn't beefed up enough to pull from either. No, and that's another problem I'm having. Vanity Project is okay, and I think that's why they was like doing a lot of tryouts and call outs for a lot of people. But I need them to, they need to find some tag teams on the indies that are good and solid tag teams. Their NXT, their WWE ID program is working only for singles talent, as far as I know. They haven't had no tag teams that I've seen, and I don't like that. They got to start looking for tag teams too. I've been sick of him. I've been ill, child. Sean Heike need to start building some more tag teams on NXT. Exactly. 1000%. And I'm sorry, Birthright does not count. Neither does Dark State. Who would have Ethan and Ricky feud if they was coming up? So I would split Ethan and Ricky. I would not keep them on the same show, although I love them both for separate reasons. I think Ethan Page is needed on Raw, and I think Ricky Saints is good on SmackDown. But see, I think I would switch them. I would put Ethan on SmackDown, put Ricky on Raw, because Trick and Ricky have a similar aesthetic in terms of how they walk and talk. The bravado of them is similar. So I would want to keep them separate for now. I would put Ricky on Raw, put Ethan on SmackDown, and I would do it that way. Who I would feud with? I would have Ricky feuding early on, his very first feud. If he comes in as a heel, which I believe he will, I would have him feud with somebody like, I think they pulling Joe Hendry too. I don't think Joe Hendry is going back to NXT. I think he's gonna make his debut on Friday or Monday. Because he did show up on SmackDown last Friday. But who would I have Ricky feuding with? So we got mid card. I would want him to start in the mid card. You've got JD McDonough. You've got Dominic Mysterio. You have Finn also is another person that could go after the main title, but I don't know how it would work him in there. Very interesting landscape on Raw right now. But anyways, you have Ricky and you have him feud against a number of people. So there's Dom, there's JD, there's Penna, there's Dragon Lee. You can have one of the Americanos, El Grande Americano of some kind. Who would I have him feuding against? I don't know. Y'all tell me who y'all think he should be feuding against in the comments. And who would have Blake feud with if she is to come up? If Blake Monroe comes up and she goes to SmackDown, my immediate reaction is to sick her on Tiffany Stratton. If she goes to Raw, I would have her go up against Liv. Liv wouldn't have that title by the time Blake would show up, but I would have her go over on Liv because I want her to be built up strong with no adversity, the same way they did Trick Williams. I want her to get the same fucking treatment. Same way. CM Punk and AJ Lee on vacation, baby on the way. Okay. If Blake gets caught up, I want her taking the title off Liv and stealing Dom. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Nicole, you always with me. You always with me. I ain't even read that comment, and I was right there. I was like, put her ass on Liv immediately. Since Lola don't want to clock in to work, okay? Oh, it would eat so good with Lola though. Ugh. I was gonna say she was in Mexico, but she was in a match at WWE World yesterday. Who was? Lola? I just watched American Made and War Raiders having a match at WWE World on the live stream earlier. They really need to let them battle it out for the tag team titles. The vision with the tag team titles doesn't make any sense to me, but go off. Roman Reigns versus Oma at SummerSlam. I don't want to do that. Ray? Mm-mm. No, because see, by the time Ricky comes up, even if Ricky pops up tomorrow, Rey Mysterio is slated to go against his son in AAA, and that is going to be the end of his career. I don't want to put Ricky Saints against Rey Mysterio. I just think that's just no. Which Americano? I mean, whoever wins this mask versus mask match. To be honest with you, personally, I would put him up against Ludwig Kaiser's version of Americano because I prefer his version of it. No shade to Chad Gable, but I need Chad Gable to be Chad Gable again. If that makes sense. That is an odd statement. It is. Lola and Kendall were in a match. Ah, okay. Good for them. Joe Hendry, you are right. I knew I was forgetting someone. That's why they had him drop to Tony so fast. Yeah. He popped up Friday in that Battle Royal. And then, he was out ski. So he's probably gonna be on SmackDown. If JC wins that title from Becky, who would you have her feud with after that? JC Jane could feud with Roxanne. I think that would be a good feud for Roxanne to pick up a W. And then what you could do is have Roxanne go after that championship and immediately almost get it, and Liv Morgan trying to help cost her the title. That could be the nail in the coffin or the beginning of the splinter or fracture in their relationship. You can have Raquel also go after that championship, and again, Liv Morgan cost her that title trying to help. And that should be the end of her relationship with Liv Morgan, because this will be the fourth championship or the fourth opportunity that Liv Morgan has cost her intentionally and unintentionally. But you can have a bunch of people going after JC Jane. You got Lyra Valkyria there. You have Blade. You have Bailey there. You've got, if Paige doesn't stay with the Bellas, you've got Paige there. One of the Bellas could go after her if they wanted to. That women's division on Raw isn't as vast as it should be, but it is what it is. Braun's injury really set him back. They were touting him as the new face. Oba and Trick lapped him already. He'll be getting back to that championship very soon. Roman Reigns ain't gonna be champion past SummerSlam. I don't think that nigga gonna be champion past SummerSlam. That's just me. Brian Breaker is gonna go over on Seth Rollins whether y'all want him to or not, because they're gonna go back to what they were building before he got injured, before Seth got injured, And before Bronson Reed got injured, there was a story being built there, and now they've gone back to it. And I knew they were going to do it at WrestleMania, which is what they did. They're setting him on a collision course. By the time we hit that third PLE after Backlash, he should be on a course to go back after that championship. That's his NXT karma. Well, yeah. Could do Ricky versus Logan or Jay versus Penta. Well, Logan is in the division and he's champion. He's a tag team champion. Personally, I don't want to see Logan Paul going up against anybody like that. I'm just not a fan of Logan Paul in that regard to watch him. And I don't think he got enough mojo to put nobody over. In my humble opinion, he doesn't. Of course he would. It's easy work. Do y'all think Kaylani is ready for main roster? I think Kaylani being a heel right now is good work for her, and it works. She's able to do great things. And I think usually when they come in as a particular character and they flip to another, they usually let them stay that character for a little while and then they pull them. So JC Jane never was a face. I don't think JC Jane ever was a face. She was more of a tweener, and even then she still operated like a heel. So they were just like, JC Jane did too much. She got to come up. As far as Kaylani is concerned, I think Kaylani is fine. I think Kaylani having this feud with Jada Parker is to help build up Jada Parker. And I think after a few months, if they pull Kaylani, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. They probably are going to put her over on SmackDown where her husband is, especially after October. I think by the time they go off and get married and come back, she'll probably be in the Royal Rumble and be pulled up to the main roster. So I wouldn't worry about Kaylani too much. JC, if she gets the belt, gotta wrestle her big sister Paige first. If Paige is free from them tag team titles, sure. But for right now, she's one half of the tag team championship. I'm gonna need someone to humble Gunther. The only way I see Gunther being humble is if he's the one who goes up against Roman Reigns. And even then, I don't think that's gonna happen too hard. I mean, he's probably gonna lose, but it ain't gonna be nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, Oprah's social media followers is climbing through the roof. Well, I mean, there it is. Am I surprised? No. Do I care about social media as much as everybody else do? Not really. I feel like Oprah Femi has proven time and time again that he's that guy. He's been very consistent in how he's been booked. And even when he's gone up against guys that we probably would have thought he was going to lose to, he's pulled through and won every single time. And he does it in a fashion where it's believable, where it doesn't look like, he it's just taking over the whole company. It just looks like it's natural selection, honestly. So I'm not mad at Oba's trajectory or his rise. I do think that I am curious as to what they're going to do with him. I know that when they see somebody with a lot of momentum, they tend to do things like throw them into the main event title scene, like what they did with Trick Williams. I stand by what I said earlier. I think that that's a mistake. And I think they should have taken their time with Trick and turned him face first and then let him roll through with the crowd and the backing. He's been a heel since he left NXT. And again, he's been the bully this whole time. And I'm just like, y'all got to do something about it. Like, damn. I saw a tweet saying that Gunther might face Roman at SummerSlam. I say Gunther is probably his next opponent, and that will be revealed very soon. SummerSlam is a long ways from now. Not too long. Because we in April, May, June, July, August. What's that, 4 months from now? I would say it's a bit of a ways because in between there, they got to do something with the champ. Roman's Ula Fala versus Oba's beads. For what? What does that mean if he gets the beads? That means that Oba Femi's not the ruler no more? Okay. What about Royce Keys going against Trick? I forgot about Royce. My bad, Royce. Here's my problem with that. I don't have a problem with Royce Keys going up against Trick. But I feel like Royce Keys needs to be, I don't mind him getting built up, but I want Royce to be with Cody when Cody gets ready to turn. Because I also want to put Ricky Saints with him, if I'm being fair.
Yeah.
No, you get what I'm saying. Like I really want Cody to be a really nasty villain with full on backing behind him. I want him to turn into the very thing that he fought so hard to destroy, because that's where everybody pushed him. The fans, all the superstars he's gone up against. That's what I want. And he's going to blame everybody. Y'all pushed me here. Randy Orton broke my orbital socket and y'all cheered for that shit. You chanted, you told that man to do it again. You said one more time. I'm like, I'm be sitting there like, yup, did, and did. I truly want Royce Keys. I like Royce Keys, but him being a face right now is not, he's going to get lost in the plot, and I need him to move out of that. He needs to be the one that Cody Rhodes calls up to his side when it really counts. Like right when Cody is looking like he's being on some face shit, Royce Keys need to come in and spear, and Cody holds his arm up, and you just see that the faction is beginning. Like the true heel work is starting right then and there. Royce is either going to be Cody backup or he's going to have a program with Solo. It looked like he's starting off with Solo in the MFTs, which I'm okay with. Build him up for the dopest necklace title. Are you okay? Are you good? Because that doesn't make any sense, babe. We're not talking about the beads. Oba's beads mean something to him. The Ula Fala means something to Roman. Having ownership of those, and especially with the cultures and what they represent, let it go. I thought SummerSlam was in September, but it's actually Money in the Bank. That's crazy to think. Money in the Bank after SummerSlam. I've been telling y'all for months that Money in the Bank is September 9th. Mm-hmm.
They switched it.
They have moved it. They told us that last year.
Yeah.
Not AJ saying he sees the vision, no pun intended. Dry be over here co-signing and coming up with his own shit. I see Oba winning King of the Ring and Lash winning Queen of the Ring. Okay. Orbital is a serious injury if it's broken. He's going to be on the show for a good minute. I'm telling y'all what I think is going to happen. I've said this earlier, but some of y'all came in a little late, so I'll reiterate. I think that Cody Rhodes is going to have to vacate that championship. If he doesn't vacate it Friday, he will have to vacate it within the next couple of weeks, because he has it's not whether the orbital injury is truly as bad as they think. I think they want to pull Cody from TV for a little while. They're going to have a tournament to determine who the number one contenders are going to be for that championship. Randy's probably going to end up winning and getting that title back. And then Randy's going to be running roughshod all the way up until SummerSlam. And right around that time is when Cody's going to return, unless he comes back before that. But I just don't think that he will. The injury is I don't think the injury was something they planned for. But what we saw, like that man's eyelid is detached sort of in that corner orbital socket right there. But they say he's got like that orbital bone is there's some injury to the orbital bone. So we don't know the extent of it, but this is a good way to give Cody time off. You feel what I'm saying? Give him time off, because he's still got to do the premiere for Street Fighter, right? And he can do that with a motherfucking eye patch, y'all. Keep the injury hidden. You see what I'm saying? Keep his soul. He can come out there dressed like God with an eye patch if that's what he want to do. Stop. So God do got an eye patch. Shut up. Anyways, and we just keep it pushing, and then you let Cody come back and fulfill his destiny as the ultimate villain. And then what you do is you have Roman drop that title over there on Raw, and then let him creep his ass over to SmackDown and finish out their trilogy, and let them let them decide who's going to continue to reign supreme. And you have Cody win as a villain. Oh, chef's kiss. Okay, it'll be chef's kiss. I saw a picture of him today. That eye is black and shut. I would let him go home for a while, and I would have him vacate. I know that sounds really bad, but I legit would have him vacate that championship. Not because I don't want him to be champion, but just for the sake of the story. To sell Randy Orton being so vicious and like cruel. Like, I would legit have him attack him again if he shows up on Friday Night SmackDown. I would have him attack him again, make sure he ripped off that eye patch and just dug his finger in there like he was digging it out, have a blood pack ready, it's pop, all you see is eye juice everywhere. And they're like, we got to get him to the hospital. He's gone. Like, I need the theatrics, because Randy's unhinged and you need to use that unhinged. This is a good way to pull him right now and make him work. Now, Roman talked about he going to be full-time. I don't know how he going to do that and still do press for a Street Fighter, but they could figure out a way to make it work, I guess. I don't know. You think Cody would dye his hair back to the dark brown if he goes heel? I want him to go full-on Goku black with his hair. If he's going to go heel, I want him to dye his hair back black, because I just like the way he looked with dark hair. I think he looks handsome with dark hair. Plus, Cody's just hot with dark hair. He's just a hot dude. But it always, to me, it will tie into what he's trying to do. I know people call him Homelander. I used to call him Homelander when he was a heel because he act like it. But I feel like he got to dip into his Cubano roots and just go dark on us. That's what I want. Cody always getting his ass kicked. He needs a long deserved break. Well, y'all don't really respect him one way or another. So, I mean, if people wasn't booing him so much while he's trying to do his job, we probably wouldn't be here. But that's another conversation. They told us that when they told us that he was going to be, they told us that when they was going to be in the NOLA with per the pay-per-view. So around the time that they announced them going to Mania for Louisiana, that's when they announced that. Well, afterwards is when they actually announced Money in the Bank. It was like a month or two later after they switched, because they had this major announcement. They announced that they was going back to Las Vegas for WrestleMania, and everybody was pissed. They was all in the uproar. Then a month after that, they made the announcement that New Orleans was going to get Money in the Bank next year. And I was just like, that is such a cop-out consolation prize. Like, why did you could have at least gave a Survivor Series, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's bad. I figured it was. They need to give him I barely survived the Ray Eye story. Honestly, I kind of want the Homelander character. I do not. I think he should go back to having dark hair. I think there should be a staunch difference between Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, and Cody Rhodes, the Nightmare. It needs to be a complete difference. He need to go back to Smoke and Mirrors reverb. Ugh. I love Smoke and Mirrors. I'm going to go listen to some old WWE entrance songs because those things used to hit. We see each other on the hair color tip. See? That's my girl. Period. Like, Coley was my first ever WWE crush, so clock it, Tim. He's fine. There are a lot of fine dudes. I might do a Wednesday live where we just talk about fine ass wrestlers. Since people always think that women only watch wrestling because people are attractive. Well, let's do Wednesday. Wednesday's live this week is just gonna be talking about fine ass wrestlers, women included. We're gonna talk about them all. I got a couple. Hopefully they stay away from Vegas for a while. Or I think they're not going back to Vegas for quite a minute. Quite a minute. Also, I feel so old. I was like, JoJo is grown. I remember when she was little. When he went out there and hugged all his kids, she got a whole boyfriend, child. That little baby got a boyfriend, and Roman thought he was gonna scare that little boy away. These little YNs don't give a fuck about none of that.
He probably excited the fact that he could say he gave Roman Reigns' daughter.
Yeah. Roman Reigns' daughter, that's my girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel old. I feel like a proud auntie. I want to be a rich auntie, though. That's what I want to be. Jim was in his bag with those old things. Wasn't he, though? They will be far away from Vegas next year. Blood Money Mania. Yeah. They're going to Saudi Arabia next year. God willing, they don't go over there because...
Start at 2 o'clock in the
afternoon. Okay. But, like, God willing, they don't go over there because it's still war time over there right now. They have not stopped. There's no peace treaty. There's nothing. The Strait of Hormuz has been closed again because Trump and them kept that blockade up and they started attacking the ships. So they closed the Strait of Hormuz again. I don't see this war between Iran and us ending as long as President Trump is still in office. But if everybody on Congress can get on board and impeach his ass, we might be able to get out of this mess. But that's a different conversation for a different day, babes. But you right, Mikey. You are right. Blood Money Mania is what they calling it. Yes, please do. And I will add my 2 cents on the live. You ain't gonna talk about nobody but Brian Breaker. I love you, Kayla, but that is all you're gonna talk about is Brian Breaker. Hopefully they change that. I don't know if they're gonna change it. Personally, I think they should shift it. They need a backup plan. Where could they go? Y'all pick a city. Pick a city for them to have Mania at, and it can't be Louisiana because they already going to New Orleans for Money in the Bank. So, which city do you think they're gonna go to? If they can't go to Saudi, where can they go? I mean, if the O2 Arena is open and ain't no event, they could take their ass to London. That's just me. London been begging. Good to see you back, Mikey, also. Yeah, we love Mikey over here in these parts. Impeach and remove, not just impeach. Get rid of them. They will. The straight will be all good by Mania next year. It will set all sorts of records.
Yeah, if we really want to say some shit up, we go to London. You next week gotta go to the O2 Arena, go to one of the goddamn go to one of the soccer arenas out there.
Isn't the O2 Arena the soccer arena? Mm-mm. What's the soccer arena in London?
They I cannot remember what soccer team plays out there.
What is it? Football arena in London. Don't AEW go to that big one? They got the Emirates Stadium, the London Stadium, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
Wembley is the famous one. How many seats is in Wembley Stadium? Let me see something. How many seats? Because they're gonna have the floor, that field.
Mm-hmm.
How many seats?
That's pitch and everything else.
Are in there we go, Wembley. 90,000 seats. That's not included the floor. Ooh, I don't know, Jared. That's very presumptuous. That is very presumptuous. Look what happened when they went to Vegas, though.
But that's the thing, the difference between them going double back to Vegas and them going to London. London is legit asking for the shit. We know you go out there in London, they gonna show up and show out because it's an overseas crowd. How often did you get a PLE over in
You
overseas?
You right. I'm not saying you wrong. Atlanta got a history of being real ignorant. And right after what happened with Cardi B and her show and them almost not putting that show on, Cardi said that staff was nasty to her and her people. Girl, I don't know about Atlanta. Atlanta need help. Y'all are y'all own in y'all own little world over in Atlanta, child.
It's fully a thing.
Houston. So I can stay in my auntie and M's house, my auntie and M's house. Girl, not for free. She like, I'm gonna go to Mania and stay in my auntie and them house. I got a free place to stay. Take Mania to Chicago, London, Italy, France. Well, they got Clash in Italy coming up next. And that's on the 31st of May. Let me see. No, that's CM Punk. That's Philly Phil. We ain't gonna see this face for a little while, child. Yeah, Clash in Italy is the 31st of May, child. Yeah. So we got a few weeks before they double back to Clash of Italy. Because I think they're gonna end their overseas tour over in Italy because they're getting ready to start that overseas tour after Monday. Let me get to y'all comments. No way TKO is going to refuse that Saudi money. Get your passport ready. It's not about TKO refusing Saudi money. It's about the war being over so that shit don't get bombed while they're over there. They are not going to have enough money to ensure the superstar safety while being in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is one of the places that Iran is attacking because of the U.S. There's a different ball game here. If they don't get their shit together soon, none of the PLEs they got planned for this year, they're going to be able to go over there because a lot of people are getting stuck in Dubai. They're getting stuck in Riyadh and Jeddah. So people aren't going over there. And just in fairness, I wouldn't take my ass over there. You couldn't pay me enough to go over there. With them bombing people, you at risk of getting killed. When WWE was doing them shows overseas, when they had to go in them war zones to do them shows, do you know how much money they had to insure them superstars for? The rate that they would have to do it for now, it's going to double, maybe triple. With the way they have to insure all of them superstars, they're not getting paid the same kind of money they were getting paid back then. Plus, their worth is different. You talk about somebody like Roman Reigns going all the way overseas to Riyadh or to Jeddah and could possibly get killed over there. His insurance is going to be insane. That's crazy. I would just not fucking do it. Simple as that. I'll talk about Cody Finn. Like I have other options. I'm just very open to my man. Girl, you can have him. You're the only one that want him. I promise you. They have a few. They would go to Wembley. I thought so, Mikey. I thought they would go to Wembley. But Wembley's so huge. It's such a massive stadium. We're not talking about just the seats. We're talking about the floor. The floor itself. It's got hella seats.
They can easily fit another 5. They can easily fit another 2,500 to 5,000 people.
That field is nuts.
On a pitch floor. Especially how, if they do it right, you can easily...
Because they're obviously going to have that back where that's the set and everything.
But you can easily fit another 2,000 people on that floor.
It's more than 2,000 people that's going to fit on that floor.
You mess around and have damn near 100,000 people in that arena.
You see how big that fucking field is? They're going to have more than 2,000 people down there. I thought JoJo was Galena for a second, but I was like, nope, the hair is wrong. The hair was wrong. Wembley is the big one. Okay. What's the one stadium in Australia they could try over there? Oh, Wendy has over 90K seats. Yeah, they do. You're welcome. Try to turn this fan off for me or just let it so it's blowing towards you so it stops blowing in my face. Can't find the remote right now. I'll put it down somewhere. Like, damn, have some faith on me, please. No, I already know where it's going. Thank you. That's a logical nightmare going to Australia, especially since semi-last minute. 90,000 plus 90 is 180,000. It's greater than 102 this year. Yeah, it is. All of Europe will go, to be honest. Plus, they can sell out. They did AT&T twice. You right. They scary down there. I think London is the place they should go if they can't go to Saudi. As long as Wembley is open and they don't have to worry about the soccer team having a game there, which that's something they would have to contend with. I've been fighting off this cold, y'all, so bear with me. Well, it'll be Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Ugh. Or Miami. They could use Dolphin Stadium. They could. I hate when they go down to Florida. Hulk Hogan can come back from the dead to face Andre the Giant and rolling arrows in Paris. What? Nah, because anybody coming back from the dead, I'm shooting on site.
Turn this TV off.
It's gonna be Resident Evil in this bitch. Everybody going down, especially Hulk Hogan. I'm shooting him first.
Right.
So I'm shooting him first. Somebody do play the O2. I thought they did. The prince will create the iron. Danhausen will come to protect him. Oh, shit. You would have had to strip of the title if you think I'm going to ever be there with an active board. That's what I'm saying. The European people will fill it out. I figured they would. I'm just saying it's a lot. The premiums will be premium. I don't think they're going to be as bad as what happened in Vegas, but you're going to pay a pretty penny. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to have a bunch of people that be willing to travel to England to go to that.
A lot of people will go into England for that paper.
Yeah.
A lot of people will go to England. I don't understand why WWE hasn't had a show over there yet to begin with.
And it's crazy that correct me if I'm wrong, but the first big four you have overseas, you doing it Saudi.
No.
Well, second, because you did the Rumble.
No, they did Rumble in Saudi.
That's what I'm saying. Let's say this is the second big four pay-per-view they did overseas.
Well, what was the first one?
The Rumble was in Saudi.
Oh, you talking about Mania next year?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so all of the PLEs they had overseas were either PLEs they created for them, or it was something that they already had planned. Mm-hmm. But it was never one of the big four.
It was never a SummerSlam. It wasn't a Money in the Bank. It wasn't.
They had Money in the Bank overseas. They had Money in the Bank in London. That's one of the big five.
Okay.
But you talking about the original big four? No.
Yeah, the original big four, no. You never had a Rumble, SummerSlam, Mania, or I'm forgetting one.
Atlanta is terrible. I think Atlanta's terrible. I'm being honest. Any city that's known for regularly bad traffic and scattered neighborhoods and lodging are a big no. I respectfully have to agree. Genuine question. Have they ever had a Mania at the Garden?
You know what?
Didn't they have the first one in Madison Square Garden? I swear the very first Mania was in Madison Square Garden. You looking it up?
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm right.
The Garden, yeah.
He did. The first one was in Madison Square Garden, Jay.
It was in the Garden.
The very first one with Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan was at Madison Square Garden, babe. So
March
yes,
31st, 1985.
which I think that was the last time they had it there. Now I could be wrong about that, but I think that was Wembley, according to Google.
Actually, no, I'm sorry, I need to cut you off too. But the main event for that Rumble was Paul Hogan and Mr. T.
Oh, it was Hulk Hogan and Mr. T.
And Paul Orndorff.
Oh, okay. So I got the matches mixed up, but I had the right.
Yeah, you had.
I had the right venue. Yeah. Okay, cool. Mikey said Wembley, according to Google, Wrestlemania potential discussions regarding a potential London Mania suggest Wembley could hold over 95,000 for such an event. 95,000 is still a lot of fucking people.
They will be loud in that bitch from start to finish.
So you can have one of them, but not all of them.
And it's a soccer arena. The acoustics in that place is going to be in fucking insane.
Them people make too much money now. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to be no Debbie Downer, but I'm telling you right now, the way that they're going to have to insure them is going to be fucking crazy. It's going to be crazy if something happens to them. Do you understand the ramifications of what you're asking to just take them over there?
Mm-hmm.
They have to have clear clearance to be able to get in and out of that country. And that's not true at the current moment. I don't care what you're talking about. They have, but MSG is not the standard for Mania anymore. It's big enough, but to me, New York has enough space, but you're talking about a place that's constantly bringing tourists in all the time. And you want to put it in Madison Square Garden in this day and age and having all these people descending on that city?
That's too much.
That'll be catastrophic for them.
Yeah, from a logistical standpoint, just traffic in New York alone is already a pain.
It's insane. And that the subway.
Yeah.
The subway is going to be overrun.
All of the shit that goes down for Mania weekend, hell, not even a weekend, that whole fucking week. And
exactly.
In the middle of New York.
Exactly my point.
That's why it was in Jersey.
Right. Right.
That's why when they did Mania, they had it in New Jersey.
And not in Madison Square Garden because it's just too deep downtown. Nicole said Roman, Seth, Cody, Punk, and Rhea would low-key be $500 million to insure. She is not lying. I'm telling y'all. Ted DiBiase's music plays. Everybody has a price. Mikey's stupid. Stupid. They had EC in Australia. They did have Elimination Chamber, but that's not one of the big four. That's not one of the big four. They had SummerSlam in London. When did they have SummerSlam in London? EC was in Saudi as well. When did they have Elimination Chamber in Saudi? Why don't I remember that?
Me neither, baby.
You know what? They did. They did.
Oh.
I remember that. Holy shit. I remember that. I thought I was going to be out of here in an hour, and y'all got me in here talking about all this kind of shit. SummerSlam was in Wembley when Hart versus Bulldog happened. Oh. See, I don't think I was watching during that time. My parents might have been, but I don't think I was watching enough to be able to remember that. That's too back far in my brain to get to remember. Mania was in the Garden at least twice. Mikey said it was there twice.
Okay.
So it was once when they had Roddy Piper and Hogan and them in the main event. And I swear it was when Andre the Giant went up against him in the next one.
No, I mean, but if you think about it, back in the day,
it was easier because it wasn't that many people. We talking about it's like at least 3 times that many people now. I'm so glad you understand me. It's so stupid. Hogan versus Andre was in 3. It was at Mania 3. Oh. Well, where were they? At that Mania. Mania 10 was also in Madison Square Garden. Okay. So those were the 2. It was 10 and 1. All right. That's not bad. Kayla, no ma'am, I'm from Texas. Yeah, she in Texas. A certain WWE Hall of Famer will protect them next year. Call it WrestleMania ceasefire. Ciao, boom. Like, yeah, Clash at the Castle or whatever is fire, but damn, give them a Rumble. Respectfully. 19 something? Oh, okay, that's when they did Andre the Giant. Okay. I want to say 2024. The year Bianca and Brock won for Mania in Texas. So Don says she wants to say like 2024 or 2023 when they were in Saudi for Elimination Chamber. I think that's what it was. I'm not sure because I'm getting the comments a little late. Cleveland low-key would have been a good spot if the new Brown Stadium was done. Let me tell you something.
When that bitch go up,
the new Brown Stadium go up,
they fuck around and get one.
Nigga, them hotels going up around there too. Mm-hmm. Now all they got to do is put the Drury Inn over there, Marriott got to build something over there. Okay, if they put a whole bunch of IGH hotels over there, a bunch of those studio style hotels where they give you the little kitchenettes, you have a kitchen, a bathroom, all that good shit. They got to put a bunch of them hotels up in the city because they still buying out houses around Brook Park. They still buying them.
Yeah.
So what they gonna do? Where they gonna build it? Where that plaza is in Brook Park? Where the
It's not too far from the IX Center, the land where
they should have just bought the land for the IX Center.
I don't know what they're gonna do with the IX Center now because it is closed.
It's closed and there's nothing in there. They're not doing anything with it. They were supposed to put a battery factory in there.
The last event they held at
the last IX Center was the last IX Center.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like the last event held in the IX Center was the auto show this year.
The auto show was the last one.
The auto show was the last event. After auto show, ain't nothing else going in there.
So what are they gonna do with it?
I don't know. No idea. That is a big ass plot of land that a lot can be done with.
I think they should do something with that. Cleveland would be a great spot if the stadium was done. But we did okay with SummerSlam. I think we did great with SummerSlam. It wasn't a logistical nightmare. They had everything prepared and prepped for them to come here, and it was pretty solid.
And that's why I think, especially with the new stadium going up,
that'd be a prime mania position.
About coming back.
Yeah.
Because with that new stadium,
it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be literally like 5 blocks.
The new stadium is gonna hold 75,000 people. We're talking.
Ain't that how many seats they hold downtown? How many seats the stadium hold downtown?
I think the downtown was like, oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. It does hold 75,000.
Because we had 75,000 people there.
I think the new stadium might be around 85, 90.
So it'll be like Wembley size. In terms of seating.
In terms of seating, yeah, it might be a little less than that. But it's gonna be more. The seating capacity is gonna be more than the original, than the one downtown. And then how everything is kind of like, since they're kind of like the foundation of this thing literally being built underground, and how they have the seating part goes, everything comes down towards the field.
Yeah, they said it's been 2 manias at the Garden. He said, I'm old. You're not old, fam. You good. Hey. So, Bagel Gaze Quiz, I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can put it up because I did not see you. Let me see so I can get your comment up. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. He said, or they said, because I'm sorry, I don't know your gender and I don't want to misappropriate no shit up in here. But they said, would you rather be a jobber in your fave promotion era or a main eventer in your least fave? Let me tell you something about me. First things first, no matter where you put me, I will always shine, honey. No matter what. But I would rather be a main eventer in my least fave promotion.
Okay, it's gonna be about the same.
Yeah.
The original stadium holds about 67,000. They said the new stadium gonna be about 67,000 too.
So give or take, you can hold about 70,000 if you're talking about putting them on the grass.
Yeah, if you put them in the grass, you can easily clip about 75,000.
Okay, so we good. I would rather be a main eventer in my least fave promotion. Why? Number one, I could make changes. Okay, I'm always going to be thinking of something. I'm always going to be trying to figure something out that we can do to make this different for the promotion and more specifically for me. And number two, no matter where I'm at, ain't nothing going to be at the ground. It's always going to be on top, baby. 75,000 for major events. That's where I'm saying. That's where we're gonna be at. I'd rather be in my least fave promotion because I can turn it around. I work there, so I definitely can make it be better. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Mikey said he old, y'all. That's a mess. 3 times because also 20. Was that at WrestleMania 20? Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Why they wouldn't do it again. Thank y'all for educating me. No problem. Superdome. Superdome is cool. They could try the 2 location manias again. Where they do them in 2 separate places.
Do one night, one spot, and another night, the second night in a different spot?
Yeah.
I mean, you could. It'd be a 2-night event. Half of the superstars that be at one venue for one night. Then you don't necessarily have to be in the same city. Do a whole other city for night 2.
The time frame that Vince tried that back in the day, he was just ahead of his time.
Yeah.
But they was trying to do a simultaneous cast of the show while they was in 2 separate places. But Don is saying since they got 2 nights, they could split the 2 nights, put one in one city and one in another.
Yeah, you can definitely do it now.
I don't know. What that would do though is cause the 2 shows to compete against each other.
Correct.
So if one card is slightly better than the other, one arena is going to sell out more than the other, and I think that's what they don't want to happen.
Well, in that case, that means you as a company got to step your cookies up to make sure that both nights are on par with each other.
It's always going to compete, even when it was good. Mania was good in WrestleMania 40, was it not?
Yeah.
And everybody still liked night 2 over night 1, even though they had solid shows for both.
Yeah.
So it's just going to naturally compete with each other.
That's true.
I'm not totally against it because people compete with it now.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm not going to night 1, I go to night 2. But Jesus, I don't know. That's throwing me because I would do it just to be fucking messy. But then business-wise, I would feel like I'm forcing my guys and girls to compete with each other, and that's not what I want. Too much for New York without longer planning. Respectfully, I have to agree. No, SummerSlam in the UK. I really need them to go to the UK for SummerSlam. Wait, not gonna lie, that Mania in 2 locations. Wait, never mind. That sounds like a logistics nightmare too. Tiff, you wouldn't have watched that unless your parents were. No, I wouldn't have. So I was like, I don't even know. I don't even think I saw that. My grandma was. Wasn't that Mania in Vegas? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do my job and go home. No, that's right. Bruh, they should have booked it as Ted DiBiase Jr. helping Randy win. For what?
Why does everybody want to see that jailbird so goddamn bad?
For what? He ain't gonna do nothing but swindle WWE out of money like he did them welfare people in Mississippi. But somebody who is coming from money, you sure was stealing from the poor. Don't nobody want to see that, put that broke ass nigga on TV. We're good. The new stadium is gonna have more seats. That's a Mania venue. It definitely is. It definitely is. They can still do that too. Just so I don't have to travel. That's crazy. But that'd be a little awkward. It would give an FU to other promotions because it's like we compete with ourselves. That's what I'm talking about. They are essentially going to be competing with themselves. They would figure out 70,000 seats there. They in our new stadium, yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. We are virtual bodies. He was in the crowd. Well, he should have kept his ass at home. He should be in jail. I don't understand how the jury ruled for him not to go to jail. Clear evidence that he knew this money was coming from nowhere. But the way they did it was they played it off like the man was just desperate to have friends and was so glad that he had friends that he just gave them the money. And I really hate that for us because I wanted that man to go to jail. It was a horrible idea back then, but now that shit could work. I mean, I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying they would intentionally pit their shows against each other. And I don't know how I feel about that. No, he finessed himself out of that case. Beating the case is a totally different conversation. Have one overseas and another one. Oh. So how would you do WWE World? You would split that too? The whole weekend would be divided. You will only have half your superstars available for WWE World in one location, half your superstars available for WWE World in the other. Business wise, it's gonna force them to compete on everything. Or you would force those superstars to fly. Like that shit would not work. Because they make a lot of money with WWE World. And again, the only thing people will only go to where their superstars are gonna be.
Yeah, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot too, because you got guys who now on the card. Like think about, you had the shit with WWE World. Ethan Page was at WWE World. He's on the NXT roster.
Well, he's a popular guy on the roster, but I'm saying like you would have to split everything down the middle, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it couldn't work. I'm just saying the logistics of Mania week is so tight sometimes, like you would have to split everything.
Yeah.
And how would you split it so that it's even across the board and one show won't get more shine than the other? And I'm legit asking. I'm not even trying to shit on it. I'm legit want to know. Have Sean run one and have Hunter run the other. It definitely gonna have one show better than the other if you do it that way.
Facts. Sean show gonna be better.
If they do Chicago and Miami, I do like the idea of competing with themselves. Wow. And then no surprises. WrestleMania, New York City, New York, WrestleMania, Uniondale, New York, Rosemont, Los Angeles, WrestleMania, Pontiac, Missouri, WrestleMania, Atlantic City, and WrestleMania 5 in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Also, they went to Atlantic City like twice. He put all of them in the chat. Go ahead, Mikey. But competition creates people being hungry. I'm not denying that. I don't deny that at all. But what I'm saying is, Nicole, like we talking about from the business side of it. I don't mind the logistics because we're talking about being able to have enough places for people to stay, enough seats, boom, right? But intentionally, you will be pitting your shows against each other. And even if it's unintentionally, they will be pitted against each other. Based off of who's booked for whose show, the shows will be pitted against each other. So you would literally have to make sure all the storylines leading into that Mania are worthy of Mania slots. Even those filler matches that you may have, all of them have to be worthy in order for that to work. Ooh, I don't know. I kind of like the idea. I love Puerto Rico, and if they have Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny got to be able to come back. Because Bad Bunny will shut shit down. Like, yeah. Like, it's going to tear some shit out. Anyways. WrestleMania 6, Toronto. WrestleMania 7 was in Los Angeles. WrestleMania 8 was in Indianapolis. WrestleMania 9 was in Paradise, Nevada. Damn, so they had been in Nevada before.
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania 10 was in New York City. WrestleMania 11 was in Hartford, Connecticut. Interesting. They have to hire more people. WrestleMania 12 is in Anaheim, California. 13 was in Rosemont, Illinois. Shit ton, yeah. The booking would damn near need to be perfect for that to happen. That's all I'm saying. Sean don't fuck around. If they do it with Sean and Triple H, and both of them are booking separately, Sean's show is definitely going to be better, and people are going to feel like they lost their money with Triple H booking. Oh, they could keep it bi-coastal. I mean, I'm not shitting on y'all. I think that y'all are right, and I think you're onto something. I'm just always, you always got to assess the risk. You can't just go off half cocked. You got to have a risk factor here. And I'm always going to be on the other side. Like, how could this possibly go wrong? You know what I'm saying? If you don't think about it that way and you just go gun ho, you could put yourself in a really impossible position. But I'm open to hearing it because I like the idea of it. And then too, they have people lurking on people's pages and shit, watching. Y'all still are shit. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm coming to the thing, be like, can I speak to Triple H, please? Get your ass out here. Everything is split. Nicole said, I'm pulling NXT and Evolve. She said, nope, listen, I got it all mapped out. All right. Let me see. She probably done already started typing, so I'll hear her out. And if she want to explain it, I'll let you in and you can explain it that way. Y'all gotta watch the Roundtable Game Show on YouTube. That's funny shit.
She fucked me up. She said I told my wife to acknowledge her mistakes.
She hugged me.
So she gave me a hug.
Right. First, you book both nights equal capacity, no bigger than 60K. We don't need a big ass stadium. Okay. That part I agree with.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with that. That was logical from the beginning because you're doing separate cities. So
everything.
I don't want you to go to London and book Wembley and then bring your ass to Texas. And you know what I'm saying? Like
AT&T Stadium, that shit ain't gonna work.
Right. Like, no. I just try to enjoy it. As long as we get halfway decent stuff, it is all great. You see, Michael is my kind of people. That's what I be saying. But people be looking at me like I'm crazy. I think that it don't have to be over the top ridiculous. I just want it to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I can squeeze lemonade out of a lemon juice when I need to. Book the same things, split equally but smaller scale. Market and WWE spinning it as an intimate, happy accident. The way Nicole frames it, it makes sense. And I don't disagree with the idea. But my problem is the way WWE books. That's my only apprehension. Because the moment you put Roman Reigns on one card and don't have no one of equal value on the other card, everybody's going to Roman's card. Especially if you put Rhea on the same card with Roman, right? If you put Bianca on that same card, if she wasn't having a baby, like you really do have to, like this would have to be built from this Mania all the way out to the next Mania immediately so it can be heavily protected, because that is the only way it would work. They would have to start building it now. They can start early. Let Sean start running SmackDown. Then who would run NXT? Sean is the right person to get with the students early before they get to the main roster. Think about how prepared they are now. The Trick Williams, the Carmelo Hayes, the Javon Evans of the world, Jordan Grace, everybody that has come through Sean's school of wrestling, whether it's through Evolve or NXT, have all been readily prepared for the main roster. Because of him. So leave him with the youth first. They get a better shot with him. Now, Nicole is going on. She said, you can book everything equal, so we just have it actually planned out and with backups. Smaller scales market is bringing it back to its roots. Mania will always compete against each other now. I mean, she's right. I'm not mad at it. If we always try to top the previous Mania, next thing you know, somebody will be doing an elbow drop by a parachute off the Empire State Building, nigga. No, because Mikey makes a valid point. Like, make it so that it's good enough to watch. It don't need to be over the top crazy. Like I said, Roman and CM Punk surprised me today because I thought they match was gonna be ass.
We all did.
I did. I thought they match was gonna be ass. Doing separate shows ain't going to change it up much when you look at that aspect. I mean, you're right. I'm not saying I disagreed. I'm just saying the risk factor had to be assessed. SD versus Raw Mania. Now that I don't mind. Like all of the champions facing off against other champions for Mania, but how would you put it? Is the stipulation gonna be like you make it like you got Crown Jewel where you have a champion of Mania? And you do that what, like every 5 years? Or like are you gonna do it whereas if you have a champion versus champion type of thing, that I mean, if you have Raw versus Mania, you put your best foot forward. Like I'd rather they do that for Survivor Series, where they have the 5-on-5 match, the traditional, and they got the champion versus champion to prove who's the better champion or who's the more dominant champion. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it seems like they removed all of that, put that with Crown Jewel, so you can become a Crown Jewel champion. And then like they don't do the traditional 5-on-5 anymore, which I wish they would, because Survivor Series is just not, it's not tea no more. It used to be. But I like the idea of this. It just needs to be executed properly. So I'm not mad at it. AJ for NXT, AJ Styles. As far as I know, AJ Styles does want to transition into the back. I'm not sure if he wants to transition into the back and work with the NXT talent. But if Shawn Michaels ever wanted to move up to the main roster, he would be a good replacement. But I also believe that when CM Punk hangs up his boots, that's where he's going. Because he prefers to work with the youth. And I don't blame him. So, honestly, I don't have a problem with that. I agree. Keep him in on NXT. Hey, Miss Wyatt, how are you? I have some of it typed, but I can come in too. Okay, Nicole, I'll let you in. Let me get, because I'm getting y'all comments late, so my bad. But if you want to further explain it, Nicole, the link is in there and I'll let you in. It's going to be Shane. Ugh. Go home. Some fans too caught up in their own fantasy and don't follow the bus driver from South Park's advice and just sit down and shut up.
Oh my God. Same.
Respectfully, I agree.
Okay. So this is how I would do it, I think, and I put some more in the comments. So between Cody, Punk, Seth, and Roman, they're getting split equally on each show.
Okay.
And then before you do this, my thing is, okay, we're mapping this out. We're starting tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. I know everybody's fucking tired. It doesn't matter. We're going on a Teams meeting at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. We're going on a Teams meeting. It's going to be the longest meeting. Everyone's going to be pissed off and someone's going to cuss me out, but we're going to have that meeting. And we are going to have a realistic conversation of who are the top stars and who are their equal counterparts.
Right.
That has to be a complete, like, no, like everybody got to leave. Like, that's that person they got under their wing, or I've moved them ever, blah, 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 blah. We got to throw that shit out the window and we have to look hard facts at the superstars. You figure that out. Okay, you come up with the main storylines, you come up with the small ones, and you come up with like the low tier ones. And then you have 3 backups for each of these. I feel like more than 3 is a little excessive because that's nothing that's too crazy that you're going to go through 3 scenarios.
Right.
So 3, so we are not overstretching ourselves. 3 backup scenarios for each one. Blah blah blah. Saudi doesn't happen. We're like, okay, we're splitting the show. We're like, I was like, all right, who wants to take? And then basically we're like, okay, we're splitting the show. And we're going to say team I don't want them on the same show. They're just on the same show. Okay, we'll be say Team Seth and Roman. They're on they're in Houston.
Mhm.
And then you'll be Team Cody Punk. You're in England somewhere, or hell, you're take their ass. They could go to Italy for all I care. Actually, no, or go to Paris. There's plenty of hotels and shit over there. You
Yeah.
can go, yeah, one of them places. Paris or London. Y'all fight it out. Y'all go duke it out, and whoever wins will go there. So you have that. And now you're like, okay, who's who, and you're figuring out, and now you're splitting, okay, which news outlets are we like, which outlets are we reaching out to? Or like, okay, the people overseas, someone got to call Sky Sports, someone got to call fucking BBC, someone needs to call, what's that other, oh my gosh, what is that channel? Someone needs to call channel 4, or get the ball rolling. um who's what's that guy's name? I don't know. I feel like I always see them like on YouTube. They're like some radio, or like real popular radio host over there. Like I feel they always get like a whole bunch of like famous people. I feel like put them on that shit. um who else do people talk to? Oh, that weird girl, Amelia something, that British girl with like the real dry humor who does Chicken Shop Date.
Mikey says Sky Sports in England.
Yeah, well, there's Sky Sports, and like in all the major concerts, Sky Sports Spain, there's Sky Sports Talia, there's Sky Sports France. But Sky Sports as a whole, that's the big umbrella. But anyways, someone could go on Chicken Shop Date. Um, what's that other? I'm trying to like remember all of all of their media. I don't know, but just like the well, like the actual like the good like media. That's something that they actually did really good this year, because I knew that they knew that they were in the shitter because they went back to Vegas. They did really good media this year.
Yeah, they did.
They did, because they hit boo boo boo. They literally hit everything. So
They was on
fantastic job
ESPN
to them.
almost every day
So
this week.
and we're doing that same thing, so, but since it's quote unquote we're scaling it back, we're hitting on smaller stuff like people wouldn't expect, like Chicken Shop Date. Like that's like kind of niche, even though she does get like pretty good people on there, like her one of her most famous ones is like her with Damson Idris. Oh, so good. um
I said, what's the person you talking about? Al Jazeera? Is that
no,
who?
no, this is a girl. Or are you talking about like the radio host? I have no
The
idea who it is. I don't think so. I think it's like some white guys.
okay.
But yeah, I would do stuff like that. But that's what I'm saying. I would do like the smaller stuff to make it look like, okay, we're really trying to like do our best as like reconnecting with the fans and reconnecting with the fan base and going back to what made us blah blah blah. Like you really lean into that corporate bullshit, but try to not make it look corporate, but we know it's corporate. And I think if you book it that way, then that's I feel like that's how you're going to survive it, cuz even like I said, like even with today, like it's competing with itself. Literally a whole drunk there's a whole complete like just snowball effect on Twitter with that Cameron clip of him saying WrestleMania Saturday niggas, and it's literally true. Like completely predicted that. And this isn't even, and this them just like literally promoting this as one whole show. And everyone is shitting on night one because again, I especially compared to like today, it did fucking suck compared to today. and like how bad it was. So it's gonna compete against itself regardless. Like it's already competing against itself. So it's not, to me, it's not that much of a difference to actually like have a little bit, add a little bit more of a difference to it, but actually intentionally balance it out instead of intentionally balancing out. Because I feel like that's where the disconnect is.
I hear you. I'm just always like, oh, please don't. Let's not
Yeah.
compete with it.
Yeah, which I do understand your point about that, but like I said, I was like, it's naturally, and also because it's still the only thing like itself, it's competing itself. It's like it's all WrestleMania is always eating itself.
Fair enough.
Regardless if it's good or bad, as soon as they split it on the two, so as soon as they took it off of 2 nights and set that and made that an actual thing, that's when it's just started eating itself, and it's just, it is what it is with it as a whole now,
So you figure if
unfortunately.
you're gonna let it compete unintentionally, you might as well lean into it intentionally.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you can have, because I don't think they intentionally made Saturday garbage to make Sunday look better.
I don't
I
think they
just
did
think
that
that's,
either.
I no, that's what I'm saying. So that's, they unintentionally made them separate and made them so like uneven of each other. Where if you're doing it with purpose, you're gonna like avoid, so you're gonna help avoid that, which you might encounter it in some parts, but that's like fine. But it's gonna be significantly better when you have when you're aware of it and have some control over it,
Yeah.
essentially.
Don said he raced this year Mania C minus.
Yeah,
I'm not
honestly,
mad
because
at
night
that.
one was so bad. Night
I'll
one
give it a
brought,
C. I'll give it a C.
yeah, night one was so bad that really, man, Sunday really carried. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's the one with
Yeah.
most of the black people. I hate that for last. She was on a Saturday Mania.
She was, but they had a decent. It just the match wasn't long enough.
Honestly, yeah, because if you you know what's scary, looking at it as a whole, like technically the best match was that women's tag match, if you want to get real technical about it.
I like the women's tag match. I understand why it was short. A lot of people didn't
But
get it.
it
I'm
had
like,
no reason to be
they,
short because they could have wrestled, all of them could have wrestled for longer.
I mean,
Nobody was
it
out
was
of
Paige's
breath.
first match, not back.
Huh?
It was Paige's first match back.
I
Literally
know,
her
but
first.
she's not like she's like out the like it's not like she's coming back like Brie. She just came from AEW like what X amount of months ago. She's been back in the ring since like training again since January. Like she's not rusty, or she
No,
did. So she did have. I felt like if she did have ring rust, she would have worked it. I'm like, it's worked out now, so it's like if that bitch was taking shit with her neck over at AEW, she all right. Shit, have it for five
I think
minutes longer.
they just was playing it safe with her. That's what
They
I think.
just, yeah, which is like smart, but essentially it's like if she wants to play with her neck, let her play with her neck. That's how I feel about Nikki, and that's no offense, and that's no offense to
I
either of
mean,
them.
that's fair.
But I'm just, it's fair. You want to play with your neck, you
That's on
go play
you.
with your neck. That's how I feel about Will Ospreay, him doing these spots, let Moxley do all these spots at his neck. You, that's a new neck. You want to play with that new neck? All right, you play with
I'm
that new
so
neck. That's
sorry.
on you.
She said the neck was new, and that just took me out.
It is. You just got, that's a fresh neck. It still smells like the box. Like I was like, oh, I said, you are tripping. I said, that is, I said, you love the game a little too much.
She said it was fresh out the box.
I said, you love the game a little too much. I said, you need a therapist. This ain't
She
no
did
way.
fine. I think she did great. I don't have a problem with night one. It was just nothing was very over the top or stood out.
No.
That's all. Night
And that's
two,
what I'm saying. And it was like, and I low key forgot Paige like could wrestle. And that happened when she came to AEW. I was like, I kind of forgot she could wrestle a little bit
Hey, Rico.
because he hadn't seen that bitch in so long. And I was like, oh, she can kind of wrestle a little bit. I forgot about that. And then it's just something always about her. I was like, oh shit.
She looked good
There.
though. I was
She
like,
looked honestly, she looked better in this match than she did half the time she was in AEW.
well,
Natty got them people working in that dungeon. I'm telling you.
yeah, yeah. I think that WWE has a better way of implementing people back into the fold when they wrestle. I also think AEW could use a good training facility that shows
They need
how
some
to
real bad.
consistently train. That way, they wrestling isn't all over the place, so they can learn how to train for hard cam, learn how to get their spots set up so they're in the right place. You know,
Or even do house shows. Like there's no reason why they don't do house shows.
this way.
Out of everybody. I think it's real crazy they don't have live shows.
They said they're supposed to start.
When?
No, sometime this year. I think that's what I was hearing.
But they haven't been doing house shows this entire time?
No,
What?
they've never done house shows. The closest
No.
thing that they've ever had to house shows was AEW Dark. And I don't even count that because that was a YouTube show.
Right.
Gerard was on it. He wasn't talking about Paige. He was talking about Brie and Nikki Bella because he don't like
I
them.
don't like the Page being back great. Them others who have a gold the fuck home.
He don't like them.
Y'all are taking
They
the
probably
steps.
gonna be there for the same amount of time.
As Roman until
That's fine.
SummerSlam.
They gotta have Paige. Paige gotta wrestle all her little sisters.
Yep.
You know, ain't no damn
Paige
system.
Paige is that older sister that was always the favorite, even though they was fucking up all the time.
Yep. Yep.
They was fucking up real bad all the
Ooh,
time.
Paige and Liv would be a good little promo.
But the parents was like, I believe in them, blah blah blah. And then the one sibling fucking hates them. And like
I
they
would.
hate them. And they finally and the sibling comes back. They're like actually for real, like they got their shit together. They got a good job now. They're like in a committed relationship, but they don't believe in marriage, so they're not gonna get married. She got like a disposable
He
income,
has such a vivid imagination. It's
like
wild.
so like they're sober, but she's California sober, and she's like that fucking gummy lady on TikTok.
That's all you want.
Yeah.
Oh, love her. But literally. And then they come back and now they are mad. So, they got to scrap a little bit. So she got to go fight JC Jane. She got to go fight Liv.
Mhm.
She also has to fight Roxanne because Roxanne is her stepsister.
Fair enough.
So because she really has issues with her because that's AJ's first daughter. So they really got some problems that they got to work out. And then she has to this is very specific. She has to go down to NXT. She got to fight Tatum because Tatum is her actual daughter.
Yeah, she is.
But
I would love that.
she's the daughter that she didn't raise. Her mom did. But the daughter like even though like they're not close, like she still loves her. Like she understands because she went to therapy herself. So she
Totally.
understands that her mother had like a lot of things going on.
She's so extra. I love her for it though.
And then after that, she fights one of them Bella bitches and wins. Then we got to figure out who has. I don't think she would look right with the United States Championship, so she has to fight the Intercontinental Champion,
Who are you talking about?
Paige.
Paige? That'll
And
be
then,
Becky, unless Becky drop it Monday.
yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what belt. That United States belt wouldn't look great on her. But in hindsight, the WWE belt will look better on her than the world champion
Then that
one.
world championship.
Yeah, she would look better with that big WWE one.
Paige versus Blake would eat down though.
Oh Jesus, that would just be psychological warfare.
Yes, but it'd be fun.
Blake and Liv would be psychological warfare.
I said that.
That was she would turn Blake would turn Liv every which way but loose, and she wouldn't know what to do with her fucking
I
self.
would live for that.
She would turn her at she would not know what to do because she would insult her and she would low key kind of hit on her, but she wouldn't be able to tell that she's hitting on her, and it really bothers her because she doesn't know how she feels about that. And then Blake's like digging, but then on the side, Blake's digging at Roxanne. She's like, "Bitch, what are you doing?"
right.
She's like, "I didn't even like you." But she's like, "But you about to make yourself a background player?" She's like, "Did you forget who you are?" She's like, "You are a
Probably.
two-time NXT Women's Champion." I was like,
Former
"And
Ring of
you're
Honor
a
champ.
backup girl?" I
Mm,
would have been like, "Couldn't be me."
mm.
And then and then there's that seed. Oh, not
Somebody got to plan it.
so that seed's planted.
The
And
house shows
then
because
and
they
then
didn't get
Raquel's
enough money
listening
from the
too.
welfare scam to make it viable.
Huh?
Mikey's comment said the house shows is because they didn't get enough money from the welfare scam to make it viable. Your league's wrong. That is just outside batshit bonkers.
That's crazy.
Nicole's analogies always play out like a Tyler Perry plot.
Don't ever insult me like that again. That is real crazy. Because my stuff,
Rico.
don't ever insult me like that because half the time it does sound it has the illusion of sounding crazy, but
It makes sense.
it's makes sense and it's accurate
And
sometimes.
Tyler Perry's plots are wild.
Yeah. Like
They're wild.
I'm not doing nothing too crazy. Like everything like I'm saying it could actually happen if someone had a brain. And sometimes they do got brains.
They do.
And
Who's
sometimes
the
you know
siblings to
it
Paige?
clicks on and off. But that page in JC I think that's 100% probably going to happen.
I do too.
Like that's you can't like
So
buy.
Jalen was asking who's Paige's sibling. Is JC a daughter or is she a sibling?
JC, no, they're all her. She only has one daughter, and it's Tatum.
So that's her sibling. JC would be the sibling.
JC's her little sister.
Okay. Tatum and Paige is giving Rouge and Mystique. Okay.
And that's what I think honestly, you know what I think what looking back, I think Liv's face pissed Alexis off so much because I was like, damn, I said, who did the fuck did Paige's makeup?
I didn't have a problem with Paige's makeup.
No, I meant like it looked good.
It looked really good. Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, I said, wow. And I was looking at it when they posted that that picture of the four of them. I said, wow, her makeup looks real good.
It was flawless.
And I looked at and then I looked at Rhea's makeup. I said,
Rhea's makeup was
wow.
fire.
I said, who did her makeup?
Her makeup
I said, and I was like, who's back there this
I had to
weekend?
look because they usually post and tag them.
Yeah,
I didn't get
because
a chance to look because I want to do fashion files this week.
I need to know because everybody who had makeup on looked good.
They look
Some
amazing.
more than others, but
Yeah.
but as a whole, everyone's makeup was done very well. Actually, yeah, Alexa's was really good. I forgot about hers.
Alexa's makeup was bomb. She was my favorite.
Hers is good. The Zara Larsa thing that Charlotte is doing is good. Like her makeup. Oh, who else looked good? Nia and Lash always look good. Their faces are always beat. Honestly, who no? Lyra didn't look good, but Lyra never looks good to me. So
Lyra's makeup was pretty basic. It's pretty much
she's
how it
always,
always
and
looks.
I love Bailey, but Bailey's it's the same
She's not a
shit.
makeup girly either.
Yeah,
So
her shit looks the same every week. It's fine. Can't be for everyone. We know Liz's face is fucked up. So we just got past her. Roxanne looked great. I don't remember Raquel's makeup actually.
mm,
I'm assuming it was probably okay. She don't do a lot either. Hers is very like basic.
it usually is very basic. So and that's due to her skin condition because I don't think they ever
Yes.
figured out what was wrong with her skin. So
Um Cody be beating his face. His makeup looked good. I'm not even being funny, I'm being for real.
no, for real, it did.
Yeah, he be getting his face beat, and I was like, wow. I'm glad you admit it though.
Yes.
I'm glad you was like, at least I know, we both know. That's okay.
Ain't
Yeah,
don't care. Yeah,
that's
Bliss's
it.
makeup was
He be
fine.
getting there. He be getting there, get his face beat. He be in there for 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, that's a little long. That's a long for a guy.
I think because somebody got to blend it properly because Paul Heyman shit don't never be blended down his neck,
Yeah,
and that be pissing me
something
off.
like some of them need to spend a little bit longer in there. Braun Breaker needs to spend some time in there. I don't know who's doing his shit. I feel like it's him.
Yeah,
He needs to go. Someone needs to send him to makeup. Who else needs to go to makeup? And it's somebody random. Oh, Grayson Waller. His self tanner is always it's something like he don't ever get around his eyes good enough. So I feel like he tans in the bed, which is crazy. And I feel like he wears them little goggles
yeah.
because he always has like this pale ring around his eyes. And I'm like, why is your fucking tan like this? And I'm like, ew. I,
So
and
it's
I
like,
get grossed out.
I
I was
wish
like,
Lyra
ooh,
would
and that's that.
incorporate
And
some
I'm like,
face
ooh, and
paint.
that's that lady's man allegedly. Crazy.
Who's
That lady that just won. Well,
Liv?
not today, but yesterday.
Liv?
Allegedly.
Wait, what? Who? What man?
Who was I just talking about with the bad tan from Australia?
Grayson Waller is her man.
Allegedly. This is what the streets are saying.
You gotta be kidding me.
I said, that bitch said, I ain't got no type. Cause all of people
They're
is
so
all
random.
everybody is so random. Freaking Enzo,
Enzo,
Tyler Bate,
Tyler Bate.
um, what's
Tyler
his
Bate
name?
definitely got a type because he started dating somebody else, and then
Who no, Uncle Howdy. She dated him for a minute. They were
well, Bo
together for a
Dallas,
couple
yeah,
years. And then this. Oh, but Tyler Bate literally dated Liv Morgan, Tony Storm,
yeah.
Sol Ruka, and he dated somebody else. I
I know
think
who
they
he
said
is.
him and
Oh,
Sol Ruka broke up apparently.
that sounds about right.
I said he don't ever hold it. I said he a slut. Cause the longest he be with some girl is a couple years and he's like, okay,
This
gotta
ain't the
go.
standard for male wrestlers' makeup. Well, that's face paint. I wouldn't say
That
it's
don't no. I'm talking about a beat.
like actual makeup,
That don't count.
foundation, contour,
He's just
concealer.
putting on a fucking costume.
Yeah, not you in confusion. I heard her. I was looking to see who did Rhea's makeup, and I can't see them tagged on their pictures. So when she said who she was talking about, I was like, wait a minute, I missed something. Who were you talking about?
Yeah, people have been saying this for a minute.
I need to know who did their makeup because I'm really curious. All right. Yeah, she did date Bo Dallas. Uh, I mean, they're back there. Thea's with Nathan Frazier, is she not? Or did they break up? She was
No, Thea got another boyfriend. She been had another boyfriend.
okay. She was dating Frazier for a while.
Then people be interchanging each other like crazy. Like Ludwig and his new lady, and Tiff and her new man. Both relationships are wild on two different types of scales.
I feel like they broke up earlier than what
They
most people
had to
think.
break up because they were at the Hall of Fame last year together. So they had to honestly have broken up right after.
Oh, I think they did.
There's no other explanation, because I said there's no way y'all have only been dating your new partners for what, 6 months each. Uh, That's what it's looking like. And you about damn near about to change your nationality to fucking Mexican, and talking to Gunther about engagements in Mexico. And you got Stephanie and her man, him getting her fucking eyes tattooed on him, and them having matching tattoos. Like, that's wild.
That's crazy to me.
That is so crazy to me. I say y'all are crazy. And the fact that they were also living together. Like,
Yeah.
they just moved in. Like, they hadn't lived in that place for very long. Like, because I remember seeing her TikToks of her like reorganized. Like, they were maybe in there a couple months and then broke up. That's all, which is also crazy.
Naomi posted her and the baby on social media. It's on Jay's Instagram. Oh my
Let
god,
me
he's
talk about.
perfect. I'm gonna send it. I think it's in a group chat. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cry.
Not you about to cry. Oh my
He's
gosh.
such a cute baby.
Oh, look at him.
And she looks so happy. Oh wow, they broke up a while ago. I didn't know that. How are we keeping up with these people's lives? Ariana Maddox would be dropping them off at the PC like they bombshells. He is dating Cora Jade's ex-boyfriend, after my man, but before her current one. The redheaded dude.
I don't think that's a real account.
Huh?
I don't think that's their real account.
It's a fake one?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Hold on.
It looked like it's
I'm
fake.
double checking, but this looks weird.
This is AI. Her smile is interesting.
Yeah, that's not the right account.
Ah, I hate you. I'm gonna delete it. I'm blocking it.
Yeah,
Why
because
would you
this is the
AI
right
a
one.
baby?
Yeah, because this is the right one. So I was looking at it. I was like, something about this looks weird. Because I thought the neck looked weird, and then the hands, like, they did not look right.
Looked like a man's hand.
And then that's what I'm saying. They looked like man hands. And then something with the baby like didn't seem like
her
right.
smile isn't right.
Yeah. I was like, that didn't look like her. I was like, I don't think this is right.
Let me see if I found the makeup artist. Okay, so he helped create her outfit. I found the makeup artist for Alexa Bliss. Her name is Kimberly Crystal Sharma. She did Bliss's makeup last night. She did a really good job. I was in love with her makeup yesterday. So good. Huh? Oh, you put everything away? Loving saw Shar Dog walk Tiffany and said, "We're done." No, I think he broke up with her before that. I think he broke up with her before. I think he broke up before the Hall of Fame, but they just decided to go together just to save face. I really do.
Yeah, because it's like, ain't no way.
I thought Ginger's name has not been uttered in years. That's crazy. That man was pre-Ron. I mean, for
Roman was acting like he was about to cry on the pre-show. I said, he got all these fucking kids. That's nuts. Seeing 2 fucking sets of twins from the same people.
Yep.
Like that should be outlawed. Like that's illegal. Ain't no way.
Yep. It's probably because his wife got a twin gene in her family and he got one in his family. So it doubled up on him. It's the
I wouldn't even pull. I would have been like, no. You just gotta cut these babies out.
Hell no.
I ain't doing all that. I'm not pushing all that back to back. That is nuts. I'm like, get off
like
that lady.
Tyler's makeup. The makeup, she does Tyler's makeup, or she has before. She's very good. She makes Bliss look really clean. Her eyeshadow was really nice yesterday. It was very extreme, but it was really nice. And she had it blended so well. The black really stood out, but the drips weren't like really odd. I think she used setting spray to make the drips work right on a wet brush, and then it just drained down her face a bit. It was just well done. I want to try to see if I can copy this. Only thing I'm probably not going to be able to do is the wing because it's just too much. The wing eyeliner is too much. But I like how she dragged the eyebrows down. It's good. It's so good. I like this. I like it a lot. I just need to find Rhea's makeup artist, and they haven't posted it yet. All right, y'all. I've been out here long enough. Plus, Nicole probably got to get up and go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, I will see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully, Monday Night Raw is interesting. I want to see some titles dropped. I want some drama. I want chaos. I want problems. Always. I will see y'all then. And on Wednesday, we just gonna kick it because Mania is a lot. Okay, it take a lot out of us. So we just gonna talk about fine ass wrestlers on Wednesday. We gonna talk about both the men and the women. So get your list, get it together. That's gonna be our topic on Wednesday. And then I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.